morning! Good morning, Bex.
Good morning!
I saw we were a few minutes late. Just blame it on Matt, who's the technical person. All his fault. But we've got an amazing live show for the next 2.5 hours with myself, Sean Ryan, Bex Edwards. We're already checking the chat.
Checking the chat, that's it.
That's what I was looking for. Because we'd love you to be part of the live show. We have got living Christmas trees coming up. I know. An amazing prize. We've got the most stunning peonies that are nice and compact. What have you got your eye on, Bex?
I have got my eye on, well, I love the Christmas roses,
yes,
but I'm a big fan, actually, of the super compact peonies.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
same here.
In fact, I've placed an order. I've got 2 of those coming, so I'm getting very excited about those coming.
Because they only grow to about 50 centimetres.
I know,
yeah,
it's
really
perfect
lovely.
for small gardens.
We have got some amazing savings today as well. And don't forget, free postage on everything when it comes to YGTV. Now, you're going to see various pieces of information on the screen, fingers crossed.
Hopefully. We had a few technical issues this morning.
There we go. And we're going to start off this live with a Hydrangea Incredible. Now, the recommended retail price is £30, give or take a penny. Our price is $19.99, but for all of you tens of thousands of club members, you will get the discount price of just $16.99 with free postage. Very important to get all the savings and the free postage. What do you need to do, Bex?
You need to enter the code that you can see on the screen there. This week it is YGTV 4825, and that's going to unlock all of the deals. So the free postage, first of all, not a thing. You don't have to order, you don't have to get your basket to a certain amount.
Nope.
Every single item will have free postage, but it also gives you the savings, £10 on that hydrangea.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you say, I'm not a club member, do join as well, because that will give you those extra savings. Now, in order to be part of the show, if you want to comment, if you want to ask questions, various ways you can do it. You can comment on the live chat on Facebook, on YouTube, or you can email us, ygtv@yougarden.com. You can send in your pictures as well if you've got something looking particularly nice in the garden at the moment, or if there's a plant that you want to ask us a question about, then you can email us, ygtv@yougarden.com.
Well, good morning to you all. I finally managed to make it work. Suzanne, so I'm tapping away furiously, changing the Wi-Fi. Suzanne and Neil.
Morning.
SHM? SHM, who is that?
SHM.
What's your... SHM, what's your name? I'm going to say SHM for the time being. Good morning to you. James is in. I'm in as well. I was commenting. And hello to you, Mauricia. Jules, good morning, everyone. Anne is saying, love the Christmas tree. I'm tempted.
Yes, we'll just wait and we'll tell you the price of that in a few moments' time. So yeah, we would love you to be part of the live show. But we are going to start with the Hydrangea Incredible. I'm going to start by saying, look at the size of the flowers. Yeah. I mean, they are, that's why it's called Incredible. They can be 30 centimetres across in terms of diameter. So don't look at that picture and think, that's not real, they won't grow that big. They absolutely will. When you imagine a flower head 30 centimetres, that is huge, isn't it?
I mean, think of your old school ruler.
Yes.
That's a 30 centimetre ruler. That's how big these flowers can get, and you can get multiple of them, as you can see here. I have this planted. I am super excited.
You had it.
Yeah, I've got it.
Oh, wow.
Well, I'm growing it in a 30-litre heavy-duty pot at the moment, but actually I'm going to widen the border. I'm doing it. So it's going in the ground, but it's just in the 30-litre pot at the moment. I had a few flowers on it last year. This year, though, it's going to be amazing because obviously it's in and it's established, and I'm going to be having those big flowers.
And the lovely thing is the flowers, they start off with a sort of like slight green hint to them, but then they go to that pure white.
They do.
And they look absolutely amazing. Now, you may be thinking...
Hang on a minute. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's not that, but it is. Hydrangeas, they are dormant in the winter time, so this has now lost its leaves. It's having a rest. It's a great time to plant it. Please don't think you cannot plant a hydrangea in November. You certainly can.
And actually, if you're looking around in the gardens at the moment, maybe you've already got a couple of hydrangeas in the garden. I think they are looking amazing at the moment.
With the flower head still on.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
This one doesn't have it, but yours will, next winter. They look brilliant, obviously, in full bloom with all their foliage, but in winter time, once the foliage starts to drop and you've got the faded flower heads on, I think they add such lovely winter interest.
I agree. I mean, in the old days, we used to just chop the faded flowers off, but people do tend to keep them.
Yeah, I think it's pretty.
They look beautiful with a nice little frost on them. They look amazing. Nice and easy to grow. Hydrangeas, you probably know, but they like to be in a moist soil.
They do.
They don't like to dry out.
Nope.
I don't ever put mine in full sun. I know you can, but I think they do better with...
I think they do better in a partial, shade border. That's why they're going in that border at the back of the garden. It gets a bit of morning sun, and then it tends to be in shade for the rest of the afternoon, and I think that's going to be the perfect spot for them. Of course, you can container grow them as well, and you can successfully do it, but if you allow these to grow to their full potential, I'm talking, 4 feet height and spread, a metre 20 is the sort of size they can get to, and absolutely packed with those blooms.
And my friends, Kathy and Andrew, I went to their house. They've got a lovely garden, and I went there during the summer, and they had one of these in full flower, and their flowers really were. I mean, it'd been there I think it'd been there 4 years, but the flowers, they were the size of Bex's head. They were.
And my head is massive.
Yeah. It was the most stunning vision that you can imagine. So get it today. You can get it for $16.99 with free delivery. You might want to go for more than one of them, but we promise you next year this will be spectacular. And give this 3-4 years, and you are going to have a huge hydrangea covered in massive flowers. We should say as well, this particular breed of hydrangea, the stems are really strong. They support the flowers.
Yeah, it's called Strong Annabelle. So, I mean, obviously we know it as Incredible, but Annabelle was a variety, and it still is available. But actually, this was bred to be better than that, because Annabelle suffered with weak stems.
Yes.
And Incredible has been bred to have stronger stems to hold up those massive, great big flowers. I would recommend a Chelsea chop. So come back in spring to understand what the Chelsea chop is, because it really does help to encourage extra branching and extra stability for those flowers.
Well, I think that is going to be incredibly popular as well. So it's only $16.99. If you like it, 510-009, and you can order on YouGarden.com. Right, should we talk Christmas?
Let's talk Christmas, shall we? It is going to be the 1st of December.
Tomorrow!
My son's birthday. But yes, 1st of December from tomorrow, which means we are all getting in Christmas mode. So it might be the perfect time to actually place your order for this. It'll be dispatched, I reckon, from tomorrow. They're pretty on it with deliveries and everything. So you order today, I reckon it'll be packaged up and on its way to you from tomorrow.
Can we just talk about that price?
Yes, please.
The club discount price, and remember, this is a living Norman fir Christmas tree, pot grown. It's not cut. It's going to you in a pot. Look at that. And if you are a club member, you can get this for $29.74 with free delivery as well. I'm not being funny. That surely would cost us. I think a lot of companies would charge £9 to deliver.
Absolutely, and I reckon if you were to buy this via our website, it would probably have the $8.99 postage on it.
I think it would.
Yes, I think so. But with YouGarden TV, you enter the code, you get free postage, and you're getting the £15 saving.
I mean, honestly, to get that delivered free for 29 cents is incredible. Now, we were talking about Christmas trees earlier.
We were.
And I think all the team here, we all agreed this is our favourite type of Christmas tree.
Yeah, definitely.
Because for years we had the Norway spruce, didn't we?
We did, and the Norway spruce is lovely, but unfortunately the spruce does tend to have quite a lot of needle drop.
Yeah.
Over time, it looks great when you first put it in your house, but then, with the central heating and all the rest of it, it tends to drop its needles quite a lot.
And it tends to be a lot less lush than this. If you look at the actual pine needles.
And a bit more spiky.
Yeah, they are. They are.
Way more spiky.
This, to me, is a plusher Christmas tree. Beautiful. I love the colours. That green is fantastic. But these have actually been grown in a pot. And there is a difference.
There is. So pot grown is very different to potted Christmas tree. This one has spent most of its life growing in this pot. It hasn't just recently been lifted out of the ground, put through a load of stress, and then shoved in a pot for you to take home. That can cause that tree problems because it's obviously had a stressful time being dug up. Then it's going to have a stressful time being brought into your home. This one, because it's been pot grown, means that it's not in a stressful situation. And then when you take it into your home, it's still going to be a happy tree. It's going to probably be the last Christmas tree you ever have to buy as well, because then once you're finished with it indoors, you can take it back outside, and it's a beautiful evergreen tree all year round.
So the survival rate of these is really high, basically. You're very unlikely to lose this Christmas tree. And that little investment today of $29.74, as Bex said, that could be the last Christmas tree that you buy. Also, we were talking about Christmas trees, and so many hundreds of thousands are cut every year. And environmentally, that can't be great.
I think it's a shame, isn't it? Because when they're cut like that, and then they just get thrown because they're going to die. So then they just get thrown away. How easy is it to always have your own Christmas tree? You pot it, you keep it. We put it in this beautiful pot here. You can put it in your own kind of pot at home. Then it goes outside and it grows a bit. So it grows with you and your family. So every year you're going to get it slightly bigger, slightly bigger.
And I think just like getting out your Christmas decorations, you know, a lot of mine are quite nostalgic. I've got some decorations even from my childhood, but having the same Christmas tree and just bringing it inside every year and seeing it grow and develop and looking at the family photos and seeing that Christmas tree when you bought it in 2025 and then imagine what this is going to look like in 2035. I think it's brilliant. I really do. It makes sense on so many different levels. Our price today is amazing. We've had loads of you asking about this, so we have got stock available today for $29.74. I should say, it'll get delivered. You know, we're really good with our delivery, really fast. But you don't need to bring it inside straight away. You can leave it outside, of course, until you're ready to bring it inside and decorate it. Our normal delivery would be $6.99 on that, which is very good. I
still think that's really good.
I think it's very good.
Particularly when you consider the size and actually the weight of these.
Yeah.
I think $6.99 is actually really good.
But it is a living Christmas tree that's been pot grown. It's not just been dug up and shoved in a pot. It's been pot grown, and I think it is absolutely beautiful. Do you know, even if you've got an artificial Christmas tree, sometimes it's nice to have a real one as well, isn't it?
I agree.
Yeah.
And maybe a real one just outside. I know I've been talking a lot about bringing your Christmas tree indoors, but actually lots of people are starting to have Christmas trees outside, and that looks really lovely as well.
I think particularly because you can get lots of nice battery-operated lights and things nowadays as well, can't you? That's suitable for outside. So if you do want it, I would order it today because we've been really, really busy for these over the past few days. The price is amazing. Questions about watering? Do keep it well watered inside.
Absolutely. And if you want to repot it now, you can, but I don't think you have to.
No.
You could happily just leave it as it is over the festive period. Obviously, you're going to want to put something decorative around the bottom of it. And, you know, particularly if it's going at home on your carpet, you're going to need to protect that carpet. But you could leave it quite happily as it is and then repot it at some point in the spring. Don't mind the beeping. That means somebody's locking up somewhere else in the building. Go away. Go away.
Well, I would say with these, if you are going to repot it at some point, Bex and I have both got ours in 30-litre pots. And they're great. And our 30-litre pots are not like the most attractive pots in the world. They're very functional. But I just put a Hessian sack around mine at Christmas time. It looks great. Yeah. You know, just a Hessian sack, bit of ribbon, and it looks amazing. But if you want that one, you know what to do. Get on YouGarden.com right now, and you'll get it for $29.74. Now, if you are going to repot it until you really don't have to, then don't forget we have got the best price I think we've done all year on our Premium Professional Compost. The 80 litres, it's 2 bags by 40. The club discount price is only £16.97. Delivered free of charge. And this compost is our best-selling product at YouGarden. It's had thousands and thousands of 5-star reviews. It's a compost that we grow all of our plants in. And it's suitable, we always say, from everything from seeds right the way through to trees and everything in between. And the little clip film that you're watching right now was me getting the pub garden in the village ready in the autumn time. But this is me in my greenhouse using that compost, and I can honestly say it always gives me incredible results. Gee, I did some salvia cuttings about 6 weeks ago. Didn't even use any rooting powder, and they all took straight away.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah,
really
I didn't even use any rooting powder. Right, we are going to take you to Rome now. We're also going to take you to Dublin and to London, because those are the names of our brand new peonies that we have got. And we're going to start with Rome, which is this one here. Absolutely stunning. But these are going to grow to just 50 centimetres or so.
Yeah, about 50, 60 centimetres is the size that these peonies grow to. We've got 3 of them coming up. I mean, that is incredible. If you think about the size that normal peonies can get to, we say about 1.2 metres, 4 feet height and spread. Now, I'm thinking about, you know, the size of most people's, you know, normal garden spaces. That can be tricky to fit lots of different varieties in.
And also, I do find that a lot of peonies, when they get to that height, they tend to flop and they need support and staking.
Absolutely.
So I'm thinking this one, with it being smaller and more compact, is going to be far less likely to need support and staking. Now, that's what the bare root looks like. It's not the most attractive thing.
No, it looks like a bit of old dead twig, but it's not.
But it's not.
It's not. Actually, on here, you can see the bud points, these lovely pink growth points, and this is where the fresh new growth is going to come from. So this ugly duckling turns into the most beautiful swan, and we are in bare root planting season. October to the end of March, early May, you can get away with. That's the only time you can plant bare roots. Take this, give it a little soak, put it in a bowl of water for a few hours at least, maybe overnight, and then you can get planting. Important thing is not to bury the bud points too deep. So you're going to look, I mean, these are actually pointing in that direction, so I'm going to plant it that way round, and I'm only going to go an inch or two below the soil surface. Shallower is better, honestly. Please don't go too deep, otherwise you'll just get foliage and you won't get flowers. Next year, you might get some flowers. These are incredibly good quality. I can see that from the bud points. You might get a few, but really it's year 2 onwards, isn't it? When it really starts to establish, and you get multiples.
But our bare roots really are grade A quality.
They are.
Covered in buds. And, you know, peonies can last 100 years or so. They can live for 100 years. So, you know, it is a journey. And as Bex said, you may well get a few flowers next year. But in year 2, year 3, onwards, you are going to get the most spectacular displays. And I think cut peonies are one of those beautiful flowers. It's a real kind of florist favourite, isn't it?
Gorgeous fragrance to them as well.
Oh, yes. Now, if you're thinking, love that, but what about the white one? This is Dublin. I love the scent on that, don't you?
Yeah, it's
so
really
cute.
pretty. I like the contrast that you've got. Very different to the two either side of it. And bear in mind that because these are container grown, because these are compact, they can be container grown.
Yes, that's what you meant.
And of course you can container grow larger peonies, but these are way more suited to container gardening. Yeah. So if you are a container gardener, if you've got a little pot somewhere on a patio that you want to put this in, this is going to be perfect for that.
And don't forget, they are fully winter hardy. They love a sunny spot. So wherever you plant them, make sure they are in full sun. So again, a really compact variety. All of these peonies will only go to about 50, 60 centimetres. And then the final one we've got is London.
London.
There you go. That was a terrible southern accent. Apologies to all of our southerners watching. But there is the peony London.
Yeah, slightly deeper shade of pink, basically. Rome and London are quite similar, but if I bring you Rome in, you will be able to see that there is a slight difference in the shade. So if you like the sort of deeper shade of pink, I would be going for London. Actually, I would consider going for all three.
I would.
I can't remember which ones I've ordered. I did only go for 2, but I think I got the Dublin and I think I got London. Yeah, I think I went for Dublin and London because I wanted that contrast between the two of them. But because they're compact and can be container grown, you can fit all 3 of these into your garden.
So just say that one more time,
Because
Bex.
they are compact and can be container grown, you could fit all 3 in.
There you go. And they are only $8.49 for club members. 580-088. Good morning to everyone. Welcome to YouGarden TV. We are live until midday today, and if you want to be part of the live stream, you can chat on Facebook, YouTube, and you can email us ygtv@yougarden.com. Now, I try and grow as many YouGarden products as possible, as does Bex. You know, I always think it's, for both of us, when we talk about plants, when we've grown them ourselves and had that journey, it just feels so much better, doesn't it? You know?
Absolutely.
But this is something that I've never grown, but I bought recently.
Oh, have you got it?
Yeah, I got it, yeah.
I'm pleased. It's not one I've got, unfortunately, so I'm glad that you're doing it.
Well, to be fair, you do need a fair-sized garden for this.
You do. Well, the thing is, they grow tall,
so back of the
but
border.
relatively narrow, I think.
So back of the border.
Yeah.
So you could grow this back.
I could, absolutely. Once I sort out that border, you never know. I might just get myself some of these and get them in. These can grow 2 metres in height.
So that's like taller than us.
It's like standard height of a doorway is 2 metres, I believe.
Yeah, it is.
So
imagine.
That was Stu. Stu did tell me that. I didn't know that. But yeah, 2 metres in height. That's right up here. But they grow in this wonderful thin shape. They're known as desert candle, or what's the other name? Foxtail lily.
Yeah, that's what I know them as.
A couple of other names to them. It's a bare root. We've got a bit of a bare root story going on the table here.
Wait till you see the bare roots, though. They are a bit freaky.
They are. Look.
Look.
Again, another ugly duckling story. It's such a weird looking
Now, does
thing.
anyone remember the Alien film? Do you remember?
Yeah.
when that went over, like, because it looks like the alien that went on the face.
Yeah.
So they are, look, they're the strangest, weirdest things, but they produce the most sensational flowers.
Yeah, and do you know what? Pollinators cannot resist these flowers. Bees make a beeline towards it, honestly. Those tall plumes of flowers that you get that just sort of open in succession will have the pollinators absolutely flocking to them.
So I'm thinking of growing these near my Verbena bonariensis.
Nice, yeah.
That'd look good, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So you've got the purple and the orange.
Purple and orange is such a good colour combination.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of doing.
Yeah.
So I've never grown them. I can't wait to grow them this year, well, next year now, and to share some pictures. I wonder if, do you think in the first year they might get close to 2 metres, or do you think it's going to be one of those?
No, I think it'll probably, I think they shoot up quite quickly from what I know, but maybe the following year is where it'll reach its full height, but I still think you'll get a decent height from it.
Yeah, can't wait. So you get all 3 of those for just £12.99. They love a sunny spot as well, don't they?
Yes, of course, yeah.
So full sun is ideal for those. And then we have got Lily of the Valley coming up next, which I have grown many, many times on in lots of my gardens.
Well, very much, you know, the opposite end of the scale here. So this one wants sun, but Lily of the Valley loves a more shady spot in the garden. It's nice and low growing as well. So these only get to about, well, 30 centimetres maybe is the sort of height. Yeah. And you get those wonderful sort of arching stems of the bell-shaped flowers on there. And the fragrance from Lily of the Valley is incredible. I heard you saying on a show the other day, actually, that a lot of lily, because it's used in a lot of like soaps and perfumes and stuff, but actually the stuff they use is synthetic. It's not the real stuff.
It's really hard to extract the real fragrance from Lily in the Valley, so it's synthetic. But the fact that so many cosmetics they use a synthetic Lily of the Valley scent shows how beautiful it actually is, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
It is gorgeous. And this is how they arrive. So you get 10 of these. We call them pips. We do sell Lily of the Valley as plants, but you pay so much more.
You do, yeah. And this is, I mean, this is a really easy way to get them in, a more cost-effective way to get them in. It's like, I don't call it a pip, but it's a bare root, basically. Treat it like a bare root. You're going to give it a little drink before you plant it. So I would be putting these in a bowl of water and I'd be soaking them. I probably wouldn't do it for long, to be honest with you. I think a couple of hours would be enough. If you want to leave it overnight, you can, and then you can get planting. You can see where the sort of shoot points are coming from. I would probably just bury the shoot. I wouldn't go too deep at all.
They are winter hardy, but just beneath the soil surface. And as Bex said, they love shade. They thrive in shade, and they naturalise. So you see, when Lily of the Valley has been growing for quite a few years, you just get this sea of beautiful white flowers. And those little bell-shaped flowers that just kind of nod gracefully down are so beautiful on the eye. But the fragrance, as I said, is absolutely magnificent. Now, we love bare roots for so many reasons. They save you a fortune. The journey of planting a bare root is a fantastic one. And we've got a little clip with Bex right now just to explain why you should be investing in bare roots.
Bare root plants come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. It could be flowers like the ones I've got here, the bowl of beauty peony, or maybe it's the Eremerus, also known as the foxtail lily. But it could also be things like your grow your owns, your fruit trees, your apples, your pears, your cherry trees, or maybe even peaches as well. The principles of planting are all fairly similar, and I'm going to talk you through all of those. But what is a bare root and what are the benefits to us as gardeners? A bare root is a dormant plant that's been kept in cold storage, which means it's kept in this dormant state. The benefits to us are, well, you pay less for them. You're not paying for the pot, the compost, the amount of time it's taken somebody to grow them on, so it's a much more economical way of gardening. The maintenance after planting is much less than a potted plant because you're only planting these in autumn and winter. And thirdly, you tend to get a larger selection. A lot of varieties aren't available as potted plants. Now, the first step to planting a bare root is to give it a really good drink. What you need to do is put it into a bowl of water or a bucket of water and give it a soak overnight. That really wakes the plant up, and then you can get on with your planting. Now, each plant is going to come with its own specific guidance on how and where it needs to be planted. Whether it's going into a ground or going into the pot, make sure you've got some really good compost. Our premium professional compost is the absolute best, and then we can get on with planting. When planting peonies, it's important to look at the depth you're planting. They don't want to be too deep or too shallow, because ultimately that will mean that you don't get as many flowers, if any at all. So you're aiming for between 3 to 5 centimetres below the soil surface, and any of those beautiful bud points that you can see, have them pointing upwards as much as possible. So I've filled a pot with the Premium Professional Compost. I'm aiming for 3 to 5 centimetres, buds pointing up, and I can cover that over. It doesn't need any extra winter protection, because that will add layers on top of the compost, and we don't want to plant it too deep. The Eremerus is very similar. I'm going into the pot and container, so I'm just going to make a little planting hole, and I'm going to spread those roots out so that they can reach for the moisture, reach for the nutrients, and just cover with the compost. What I will do next is water those in, and ultimately I can now pretty much ignore those. The important thing to remember with bare roots is that they are going to stay dormant over winter. They're going to focus on getting those roots in without having to support leaves and flowers, which is why planting bare roots can be amazing for the actual plants and give you even bigger and better results. They may take a year to establish, but you'll be so happy that you've planted that bare root. So why plant bare roots? Well, it's very simple. They are more cost effective, so it's a wonderful way as a gardener to fill your garden without spending loads of money. There's a bigger variety available as bare roots as well, so you can fill your garden with as much colour and variety as you want. And it's such a simple and easy process. If you can plant a bulb, you can plant a bare root. So why not fill your garden with those wonderful bare roots and shop our range here at YouGarden.
Yeah, honestly, bare roots are a fantastic way to garden. They save you so much money. They are easy to plant, and they will give you stunning displays for many years, if not decades. And we're just going to move on to one of the most popular bare roots that we've ever sold here on YouGarden, and it's our bare root standard roses. I mean, we have sold tens of thousands of these over many years, and they get amazing reviews. Now, you are saving today £55. So they're down. I mean, look at the club discount price. 4 of these you could get today for £21.22 with free delivery as well. We've both grown these. I've grown them a few times. I've got some of these planted in my mum's garden as well. And what is amazing is, in the very first year, so we're talking summer 2026, they will honestly look like this. And I know it's hard to believe, because when they arrive, you know, let's be honest, it's a twig. You know, that's what they look like. But in the springtime, they will burst back into leaf, and they will be covered in buds in sort of May time, nudging into June, and then from June onwards they will be covered in the most beautiful roses. And I remember it's one of the first things you bought when you started working here, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, so I actually planted these, we'll show you the pictures, in February 2023. So I got the pack of 4 of them, and they got planted into those pots, as you can see there, and that is dated 8th of February 2023 at 2:38 in the afternoon. And then if we just skip forward, same plant, I did move it, but if I just skip forward,
hey, look at
here
this.
It is in June. So this is the 8th of June 2023.
So 4 months later.
4 months later, that bare twig has turned into this. So you can see how much the head has filled out, how much the foliage has grown. Let me just skip forward just until the 17th of June. So just a couple of weeks, well, what's that, 9 days later, even more of those flowers have come out. But check out how many buds are on there as well. So many buds just waiting to burst open. And I was amazed at how quickly these established, got in, you know, created those flowers. And they've kept going as well. They get bigger and better every single year. And they're super low maintenance.
And fully winter hardy. But when you work out, you know, 21.22 for 4 of these, it's just over £5 for standard rose, and you can easily pay £25 for one of these potted.
Just over £5.
I know.
For a standard rose.
It's amazing.
When you say it like that, you really do understand the value, don't you?
And standard roses, I think they add such elegance in the garden. And in pots, you can underplant them. You know, in the winter time, you could put maybe hellebores around them. In the summer, you could have, you know, begonias or busy lizzies planted around the base of them. But I always said this: in a small garden, having standards, having that extra height, basically just gives you more space, doesn't it? And
Yeah.
there is, yes, they look great in pots, but they can also look equally as nice in beds and borders. But the fact that they are just over £5 each and they flower all summer long, every single summer, the value today is amazing.
It is, honestly. And I get what you're saying about the height as well. Like, it's really important to make the most of that space in the garden. You can underplant around the base of them as well, whether they're in the ground or they're in pots and containers. The maintenance is super simple. So a little bit of deadheading as the flowers fade throughout the summer months, that actually encourages more of the blooms to come through. And then you just have to do an annual prune, like you normally do with roses. So once in winter is all you need to do. Oh, this is one that Matt's showing us. It's in it's in his local village, basically. It's a very well-established plant, as you can see. You can see how thick the stem on there is. But that is what a standard rose can add to your garden.
How beautiful is that? And again, that one's just been underplanted. You can see there as well. But that's what these become. And roses are very long-lived as well. So I think they're amazing. They're one of the best products that we sell, one of the best plants we sell here at YouGarden, and today you could get them for all four for £21.22.
That looks lovely in the lawn as well, doesn't it?
Oh, really nice, yeah.
Really pretty.
And that saving is one of the, I think it's the biggest on the show today. £55 is what you're going to save for those. But they're so clever and say, the amount of times, I've sold these for many, many years, and people often go, is that it? Is that really going to become one of those? But they always do.
And every year as well.
Yeah. And they establish so quickly. That's what amazes me. I did the same. I planted some in my mum's garden this year. I think we planted them about March, and by summer they looked amazing.
Yeah,
they really did. And I was going to say they're still in flower now. I think the frost did finally get rid of the last few roses this week, but they were still flowering in November.
They do go right the way from May. You see the buds, then they burst into bloom, and they go right the way through to October and often into November as well.
Now, like most roses, they love a sunny spot, so plant them in full sun and they will absolutely thrive. And you can always, please, when you buy bare roots, try and plant them as soon as you can when you receive them. But we always say give them a good drink of water, so overnight if you want to in a bucket of water, and then plant them in a nice sunny spot. But they're fully winter hardy, and we promise in 2026, next year in the summer, they will look absolutely incredible. Right, we're going to move on now to a bit of a dazzler, Torbay Dazzler, this one.
Torbay Dazzler.
Yes.
Check out the size of the Torbay Dazzlers at the moment. These are amazing. And I'm a big fan of cordylines. For me, cordylines provide you with architecture, structure, and contrast. Oh, and height. Sorry, forgot one there as well. These can get nice and tall. So between, about 2 metres. Essentially, is the sort of height that these can be getting to. In fact, I've seen cordylines get way bigger than that as well. Yeah. They can get way bigger than that. Now, they do this by new growth coming from the centre, the crown of the plant is in the centre, and the old growth fades around the base. So as the old growth fades, you'll get the brown bits coming around here. Those are just the faded leaves, and you remove them. So you can see at the base actually where some of those have been removed, and that forms the trunk. So it turns into this amazing tree shape. And it has a kind of symmetrical growth to it, doesn't it?
Yes.
Unlike a phormium, which is a bit more sort of relaxed in its shape, this has a wonderful symmetrical shape to it, and I quite like that because it provides that contrast with the softer foliage in the garden.
And they do look very nice in pairs. They really do.
do.
Oh, look at this! Yes. That gives you an idea of what different cordylines planted together can look like. And
that's amazing. I like that.
I like that. Really striking. And I always think with cordylines, quite often they don't really need anything else. One of those in a pot with some gravel around it, and it looks absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
We do say winter hardy, but if it's a really cold winter, then what you need to do, I did a little film on this recently actually, is just tie it up, put fleece around it. Just on the coldest of nights, if you know it's going to get to, -6, -7, then just do that, keep it nice and warm, just for the coldest nights in the winter. But there's been many winters where I've not had to put a fleece on the cordylines.
Yeah, to be honest, I did think about it last year, and we had a really sort of cold, and I was like, I should have done that. It's fine. Yeah. It's been fine. So it is only the real sort of cold, wet that you need to protect the crown. So don't think it's too high maintenance. It really isn't.
But they are are stunning, stunning plants. And again, when you look at how big that is, and you're paying £11.04, and I love the colours on the Torbay Dazzler because you've got a really kind of deep green, and then you've got the creamy edges, but there's a little bit of pink in there as well. So they really are such an attractive plant, and they look good all year round. You know, bear in mind, cordylines, you know, they look good every single day of the year. That's stunning, isn't it? It's a really big. That's a really big price. Sorry, really small price for such a big plant.
Yeah, totally.
Not a big price. That's a really big price. No, it's a really big plant for that price of £11.04.
And bear in mind that these are award-winning. This has got the RHS Award of Garden Merit, so it's a total proven performer.
I've got loads of cordylines in my garden. I absolutely love them. And this is another one that we have got, which is Charlie Boy, which is also available as well. Are you there, Matt?
Oh, have you lost him?
Yeah.
Oh, you've lost him. He's talking.
Oh, sorry, Matt. I was like, great, I've got you back now, Matt.
He's still chatting away to us.
Yes, but we've also got Charlie Boy available as well at just £11.04. 682,556. Now we have got so many wonderful plants still to show you this morning. We have got this grass coming up, which was shortlisted for Plant of the Year at Chelsea.
Did you get it?
I did get it, yeah.
I'm so jealous.
David Scampus, that is coming up. We've got a beautiful Yuletide camellia coming up. But we have also got our Rose of the Week. It's our John this week.
Our John.
Our John. Oh, we like
Everyone's got an Uncle John, haven't they?
Yeah, our John. As lovely as our John. It's a beautiful rose, this one, man.
Oh, I love the colour of this. So you know I'm a fan of yellow roses. I think they are really, really beautiful. And our John certainly is a beautiful yellow rose.
Do you think a lot of people buy this for John and their family?
Absolutely.
I do, yeah.
Absolutely. I think this is why we get these, because there's lots of roses that have got, you know, normal names. I'm saying normal names rather than celebrity names. And I think it's because people buy them for, you know, particularly in memoriam as well. You know, a lot of people plant roses in memory of people as well. So, you know, maybe you knew a John, maybe there was somebody special in your life. I think that's why people go for these particular ones. I mean, if the name means nothing to you, doesn't matter. The rose itself is absolutely stunning. And this one's got a really good fragrance to it as well. It's classed as a medium fragrance, which to you and me means it's got a good, strong rose scent to it. It's a floribunda. I do like floribundas because I think you get more roses. You know,
we do.
Hybrid teas, they tend to be slightly larger, but it's a single rose on a single stem. Whereas with a floribunda, you get clusters, and sometimes you can get like 5 roses on one cluster, which is absolutely amazing.
I tell you what, that is when you see that yellow, that is the perfect yellow.
It's the perfect yellow. Really bright, sunshiny, gorgeous, vibrant yellow, and it's a repeat flowering rose as well. So, I mean, a lot of the roses we bring you are repeat flowering, and they'll flower consistently through the summer, from May right the way through to October, and even beyond that sometimes. But there's a few roses out there where you get, you know, one flowering season from it. Like, it will flower and then it's done. This one will repeat flower for you.
And I always think the value of a rose, when you think it's only $14.44 today, and that is going to flower for 7 months of the year, every single year. Roses are long-lived as well. You know, the right conditions, they can live for decades. So it's a really small price to pay for something that is going to give so much back for so many years. It's a beautiful rose, and I'm not being funny. We've had quite a few bare roots on the show today. That kind of price, $14.44. That's what you could pay for a bare root rose, but that's already potted, which means that next year it's going to establish so quickly and give you the most amazing displays. I think that's beautiful. Really. Yeah. So yes, if you've got a John in your family, that could be a wonderful gift for them. But this year, Bex and I were lucky enough to go to the Chelsea Flower Show. We were working with Harkness Roses there. And it's always really exciting to see the Plant of the Year and all of the finalists. And this grass was one of the finalists at Chelsea in 2025. And it got so much media attention.
It really did.
And I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. Of course it did. That's the colour that you can expect later on in the season from this. It turns this colour towards the end of its flowering season. So between sort of August and October, I'm going to say, that's when you're going to get the real deep fiery reds. To start with, you do get hints of the burgundies and that wonderful green growth. The flower plumes come out from about August time. I love the shape of those.
It's amazing.
And then as it turns red, you've got the wonderful contrast between those creamy white flower plumes and the bright red of the foliage.
It's like a showgirl.
It
Do you know what I mean? It's like...
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's... I mean, I just say, I've seen this grass in real life and it is beautiful. So I tried to get one round about Chelsea time, and you could not get them anywhere.
Absolutely.
You really couldn't.
It's the same every year for the Chelsea Flower Show, isn't it?
And they were very expensive. If you could buy one, they were so expensive. You can actually get 3 today for $21.22 for club members. Now, they don't look a lot now, because no, they don't. Look, let's be honest. But... check out the roots.
Yeah, go in it, because it's honestly beautifully established.
Look at that.
And actually, as this matures and establishes, what you're going to find is that you are left with something over winter. Yes, you will still have structure on it. You'll still have, you know, the foliage. It'll turn shades of brown and stuff. But as you form this great big clump, there will be growth there.
Yeah, because you can see some green there, can't you?
Absolutely.
But because they're young plants, they just don't look. They don't look great at the moment.
Yeah.
But we promise they are super, super healthy. And as Bex says, as the years progress, you will get stunning displays.
And they're low maintenance as well. You just have to prune them once a year, to be honest with you. So I'm going to say probably late spring. Late winter, early spring. Oh, my word. You're just going to give it a little trim back to encourage that new growth.
Like you do with the other grasses, if you've got like Red Baron, which is one that I love.
Exactly.
This reminds me, actually, if you have got the Red Baron bloodgrass, it reminds me of a cross between that and a pampas.
Yeah.
It's like...
Totally.
It's beautiful.
They're not fussy on soil type, by the way, so don't panic about that either.
But they do like a sunny spot.
Yes, for sure.
Honestly, I cannot wait for you to see those in your garden. A friend of mine actually has planted one of those in an old fire pit. And I think that could look really... Imagine what that's going to look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
That would look amazing, wouldn't it? Yeah, because you imagine like an old fire pit and then this grass growing in it.
I need to get one of those.
Oh, you do, Bex.
I do need to get... Okay, I'll find a space.
You need to be on trend with one of the Chelsea finalists.
I need a bigger garden. Let's not go there.
Come and have some of my garden. I'm happy to rent some of that.
Yeah, I'll rent part of your garden. How about
you can, honestly. My garden is a bit big at times. It's a bit
overwhelming.
It is at times. Yeah. Like in summer, because it was such a dry summer, the watering of my garden.
I know, you were saying it was taking like 2 hours
2 hours a day, yeah. I mean, we were lucky we didn't have a hosepipe ban, but part of me was wishing there was one, because I thought, well, I'd just have to not bother. But it never came. Anyway, if you want those, do order them today while we've got stock. Right, Agapanthus is next. 5 bare roots, and this is the Africanus blue. This is a really big, tall Agapanthus that is stunning. And we are doing 5 bare roots for $12.99. Did you buy these recently?
I did. I planted them.
Because you've always had a lot of success with Agapanthus.
Oh, yeah. I'm really good at Agapanthus. I like to challenge myself.
So we have a bit of a joke with Bex and Agapanthus, because she did struggle to get hers flying for quite a few years.
It was a few years.
Yes.
But listen, they flowered this year.
Yes, you got there.
So I thought, why not do it again? But actually from a bare root this time. So yeah, I got this pack earlier on in the year. I've planted them up. I've gone into little pots for the time being. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I'm just going to grow them in pots for the time being. But I went for this variety because it's the most, well, it's the biggest.
Yes, it's the tallest,
I like the big
yeah.
ones. My mum's got one. Hers is a white one in actual fact. And oh my word, you should see it when it's in full bloom, because it's big and you get those, I mean, the flower heads on them are massive, and it is the most outstanding. Whenever anybody goes into her garden, when that's in full flower, that is the thing they are drawn to. She's got it in a pot, she has it on the patio, and it looks incredible. She sent me a picture once, I'll see if I can find it. It's the most amazing thing, and I just thought, I want that. Yeah. I want that in my garden.
I've got these in a pot.
Yeah.
And, this summer, they were spectacular.
Yeah.
Yeah, they really were. I mean, it's one of the most beautiful plants that I've got in my garden.
It's lovely.
But I've never grown one from a bare root before. But the value, because you get 5 of these, I'm not being funny, but you could easily pay more than $12.99 for one Agapanthus. But you're going to get 5 bare roots. They look very healthy, actually.
They do. These are nice. These are really nice, really big ones.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's your bare root. You can see where the new growth is coming from at the top there. Once you shake it off and get rid of some of the dirt, that's where the new growth is coming. So what I did was I planted to about there, basically. I just left the top just poking out the top of the soil surface in the pots. I am giving them a little bit of winter protection at the moment. Obviously, it's weird, isn't it? At the moment, one day it's like 14 degrees outside, and then it's it's -1 the next.
A bit of mulch over them?
I've actually moved them for the time being.
Okay.
You could just mulch. That's entirely up to you. But I've got them in pots, which means it's really easy for me. So I've stuck them in the conservatory. I'll take them back outside. I'll just keep an eye on the weather. But if you are planting them in the ground, first tip, make sure the roots stay restricted. They like a hug. So you can put them in pots and bury the pot, and you can put a layer of mulch over the top, and that will see them through. They're actually hardy to like -5 once they get established. So it's not like they're the most tender perennial plant on the earth.
I mean, mine are just in a pot, and that pot does pretty much stay out all year round, unless I know it's going to be particularly cold. 580023. Again, they're from South Africa, so guess what? They love a sunny spot.
They do.
So make sure that they're in a really sunny spot. And as Bex said, they do like to be contained. And I mean, I've got a friend of mine, Chrissy. Sadly, she passed away a few years ago, but her agapanthus live on in pots in her husband's garden.
That's nice.
And do you know what? I know they've been in those pots for years, and they don't get fed, they don't get any TLC, but they just flower and flower every single year. And they've been inside, the same agapanthus have been crammed together in those pots for years.
Well, that was the mistake I was making. I was giving them too much love. They actually like a bit of neglect. I was loving them too much.
But a great opportunity to buy those as a berry. You get all 5 of those, 580023. Now, we have got the most beautiful camellia for right now. I love Christmas foliage. I love Christmas plants. I do go a bit over the top at Christmas, but I love to do outdoor displays outside my front door. I love it when guests arrive, and to have holly and my hellebores. And what about a camellia that flowers at Christmas time?
Oh my word!
Have you got this one?
No, I haven't. Oh, actually, I do still have it at the moment because I made some videos on it. So I haven't done anything with it yet. It's in a pot.
Okay.
It's in the nursery pot. But yeah, it's on my table outside at the moment. I'll have to find somewhere to plant it. The thing is, these need ericaceous compost. I don't have acid soil in my garden, but I could be container growing it quite happily. And if you were to plant this in a 30-litre heavy-duty pot, for example, you would still get a really decent size out of this. Camellias can get big. They can get between, 2-3 metres quite happily, sort of height. They can spread by a metre and a half. And if you've got acid soil in your garden, you want to plant them out, this could be the most incredible site in your garden throughout December. But you can container grow quite happily. It's the red against the green, isn't it? That's what really does give it that lovely sort of wintry Christmas feel.
And the fact that it flowers
at Christmas.
Yeah.
A lot of camellias, they aren't flowering until the new year, are they? January, February time.
We're normally talking spring, but yeah, these actually flower in the middle of winter, and December is their peak month to be in flower and bud.
Well, these were flowering, when we saw these on the nursery, right at the beginning of November.
They were starting to flower, weren't they?
The buds on them were amazing, and the flowers were starting to open. And you can see on here, there are so many buds
to come.
There's one at the front there that's turning red. You can see that's about to open. You can see the yellow stamen at the front there. Unfortunately, the petals fell off that flower, but there's been flowers open. But look at the yellow stamen as well, because that yellow against the red, I think, is stunning, and it means pollinators are going to love this plant.
Now, it's evergreen as well. I always think camellias have such beautiful foliage. The colour of the leaf, that really deep green, and it's got a bit of a glossiness to it. So a stunning winter flying plant. As Bex said, just put it in ericaceous compost. So if you haven't got that, you need to grow it in a pot using some ericaceous compost, and that will give you those winter displays for many, many years to come. 510818. Now, one of my favourite plants at Christmas time is the hellebore. I love this Christmas rose. There's mine. That's my that's my mantle shelf. So yeah, this is what I do every year. I always buy several of these. I have them inside for Christmas, and then I plant them outside in the new year. Now, they're not a house plant. They love being outdoors. They love to be in a shady position. But I think they make beautiful Christmas displays, and they're more than happy to be inside for a few weeks over Christmas time. Just make sure you keep them well watered. They'll let you know if they do need to water. They'll go a little bit floppy, but I just love them. And Bex and I have this thing about poinsettias. I like the look of them, but I just think they're the most tricky plants.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
You know, if with poinsettias, you buy them, a lot of supermarkets sell them, and you think, oh, that looks lovely. By the time you actually get the plant at home, it's lost half its leaves already. If you underwater it, it loses loads of leaves. If you overwater, it loses loads of leaves. Put it in a slight draft, it loses loads of leaves. You know? Do they ever flower again? No, because they're really quite tricky. So I just think these are a far better alternative. And the great thing is, so many poinsettias, hundreds of thousands of them, are bought and binned as soon as Christmas has come and gone. These hellebores you can have inside, make some beautiful displays, and then just put them outside in the new year. And they love a shady spot. Hellebores love shade, and they flower all winter long, normally from about November to April. Now, you've noticed on these, the colour of the flowers varies. So they start off white, but look as they age. They're beautiful. I love the greens. And there's even, I don't know if you can see here, but there's little bits of pink in there as well. And they last weeks and weeks.
They do. This is the great thing with them. So they were bred to be stronger flowers, more upright. A lot of hellebores have the nodding heads, whereas these do stay upright. But they've also been bred to have more flowers and longer lasting as well. A lot of hellebores, again, a bit like the camellia, a lot of hellebores won't be flowering for you until the new year. They won't start bringing their flowers out until January, February and March. These have been flowering consistently for the last few weeks. They'll keep flowering through Christmas and for as long as your other hellebores as well, so I think it's the best variety of hellebore.
I do. Last year I bought. I think I bought 12 of them. This year I've decided to plant up all of the. We've got some big containers in the pub garden to look after, and I normally put winter bedding in, like pansies and things, Pansies Cool Wave. But I just thought this year I'm going to put all hellebores in there for change. But then once they stop flying, sort of April, May, I'll put them in my own garden and replace them with summer bedding. But if you want to go for those, honestly, they are the best variety of hellebore that we know, that flower for longer, that have got the upright flowers, that are covered in buds, and the way the flowers age is beautiful. To go from white to green and then the pinks as well. Stunning. Yes, love those a lot. Right, Christmas tree time. So don't forget, we have got the Nordman fir. Now this is a really amazing deal today. So it's pot grown. That means it has spent most of its life growing in a pot. It's not just been dug up, and it is only $29.74. It's going to arrive in a pot, living, breathing, looking fabulous, and height-wise it will be between 1 metre and 1.20 metre, and that is 170036 at just £34.99. But if you're one of our many club members, you'll get it for £29.74. And the Nordman fir, compared to Norway spruce, is a lusher tree. Now this is one of my top tips today. It is the biggest, largest flowering hydrangea that I know. It's called Incredible. Now those flower heads can be 30 centimetres across. They are absolutely huge. And this particular variety has been bred to have really strong stems that support those flowers. So if you've ever bought a variety called Annabelle before and you found that the stems were a little bit floppy, this has been bred to be really, really supportive of those huge, heavy flowers. Real statement in your garden. It's going to flower all summer long and grow to about 1 metre, 1.20 or so. And then don't forget, we've got that beautiful cordyline known as Torbay Dazzler, which is only £11.04 today for club members. And it's got these lovely colours. You've got greens, you've got pinks, you've got creams in there as well. We'll eventually go to a couple of metres or so. Loves the sunny position, and I always think they look great in pairs. The other cordyline that we have got is this one here, which is Charlie Boy, which is the most beautiful, beautiful pink. When I say pink, you've got the margins, the edges of the leaves there that are really bright pink. The centre's a little bit darker. And that one, again, is just £11.04, 680256. And then we've got our, oh, these are amazing today. God, these are such good value. You get 4 bare roots for £21.22. That's working out just over £5 per rose. And every one of these, this is what they look like in the first year. You buy them as a bare root, plant them in a pot or in the ground, nice sunny position. They'll start to leaf up in March time, then you start to get in the buds in May, and then from June onwards, they will be absolutely covered with these flowers. 520199. And then also don't forget, we've got our brand new peonies. Now, these are far more compact. They only grow to about 50, 60 centimetres. They're brand new, so that's the Rome, which is 580084, Razzers of Bare Roots. This one is Dublin, which is the white with that beautiful, stunning yellow centre. That's 580086. And then London, it's a little bit deeper. It's a really kind of intense pink, that one. So just a little bit deeper than the first one which we showed you, which was Rome. So if you want the, say, the deeper pink, then go for London, 580088. And then something that I've recently bought, which is the Ephemeris Cleopatra. I know it's a foxtail lily, this one. So the weirdest looking bare roots, but they produce the most spectacular flowers. Now these flowers can grow to about 2 metres. So we're talking about back of the border, talking about big, big displays. They don't get really wide, but they do get really tall. So there's definitely need to be at the back of the garden, back of the border. 580079. Pollinators love those, by the way. And then don't forget our compost. We are doing the best value we've done all year, where you get 80 litres, that's 2 40-litre bags, for just £16.97. So that's 100,064. So good morning, how you all doing? Welcome to YouGarden TV. My name's Sean Ryan and the Sean Ryan Plant Man. This is our lovely Bex Edwards. Together we are YGTV, YouGarden. And Matt is doing all the technical things.
Matt is doing the technical things this morning. So good morning to you all. Hello on YouTube, also on Facebook if you're watching on there as well. SHM was looking for a last-minute hangover cure. Or was that to do with us from the Christmas party? Was that for us from the Christmas party? It was our YouGarden Christmas party on Friday night.
I did feel rough on Saturday, did you? I really did.
I felt very tired yesterday, all day.
Same here. It took me all day to feel human again.
Marissa,
I actually went to the gym in the afternoon.
No way.
Yeah, just to try
and feel
normal. And it worked.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, it actually worked.
Good for you. I sat on the sofa binge watching Stranger Things with my son, which was very nice. Quite enjoyed that. Marissa, though, has had the best breakfast. She says, hi, guys. Sorry, late in. Just had poached eggs and fresh garlic mushrooms.
Oh, nice.
For breakfast. That sounds amazing. That was a little while ago. She's commented loads since then. Suzanne's got the incredible flowers. I got the incredible. The flowers are huge, and she's planted the groundbreaker at
wonderful.
the base of it, which I think is a really good idea.
That is going to look amazing.
Marissa was saying a fantastic price for that size of tree, which I think was to do with the Christmas tree, which is amazing.
Yeah, delivered free as well, under £30.
Neil's put the foxtails, the Ephemeris, at the back of the border in full sun, hoping they will grow well.
Do you know,
I can't see why they won't.
Neil, I think we've got very similar tastes. Me and Neil, we do buy a lot of the same things, don't we, Neil? We do. I look forward to sharing pictures next year, Neil.
Marissa has to try Lily of the Valley again due to my Derek planting another plant on top and planting it the wrong way round. Oh dear. Listen, it happens. It's fine. Yes. Go for it again.
Gardening's a journey.
I love it. You're all in. You're all chatting to each other. Thank you so much for joining in. That is on YouTube. Let me nip into the emails. Oh, we have had a few. Hang on. Here we go.
Some pictures.
Ali, morning. Awesome photos taken on Saturday morning of things looking good in our garden. Don't know what's going on with the endless spring mixed bulbs. I had them behind the garage, and when I saw them, thought time to bring them to the front garden. Also, the birds are starting to dig them up, I think is what it says. The tablet's doing something weird. But yes, we do have the wonderful pictures from Ali G's garden. So that is the winter clematis, isn't it? That's the beautiful yellow... No, not clematis. Oh, damn it. I know the name of this plant, but I'm going to move on because I've completely forgotten.
Well, I don't look like forsythia, but it's not, is it?
No, it's not forsythia. It's
I need to look at it again. I couldn't quite see.
It's the yellow... Oh, help me out. Come on, it's right on the tip of my tongue. Jasmine, it's the yellow jasmine.
Is that what
that flowers in winter? Yes.
I reckon it's that tower pot. That's not ours.
that was very accusing, wasn't it,
yes.
Ali G?
I know where that's from.
Here we go. I love Ali because she does. It's the endless spring mix, look. So she's got all the bulbs coming up.
Oh.
Look. Don't panic. They'll be fine. They'll come back up again in spring. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's all good. And then finally for Ali.
Ah, your hellebores.
We know those. We've just been talking about those. Look how white they are.
They're
really
absolutely
beautiful,
aren't they?
pure white colour you get from those.
They look gorgeous. Yeah, I love those hellebores.
Marissa, Sweet Williams in the basket, and also allium drumsticks in the new pots.
Very nice.
Lovely. I do love the drumsticks.
Yeah, I do.
They're going to be amazing for you next year. Those pinecone planters are perfect as well.
And those wallflowers look amazing in spring.
Yeah, they will. Thank you, Marissa. Bless you, sending pictures in. Vicky sent a pic. Oh, no, she hasn't sent a picture. She sent a question. Hello, Sean and Bex. Could you please advise what size pot would be needed if I planted all 5 of the agapanthus together? Also, would it be okay if I pot up the bare roots and put them in an unheated greenhouse over winter before acclimatising them next spring? Okay, couple of questions there. Unheated greenhouse, probably, but just bear in mind that sometimes an unheated greenhouse can actually drop its temperature even lower than outside.
I mean, I've got an unheated greenhouse, and
you do, you do all right in there.
One thing I've learned is the stuff on the shelves does a lot better than the things on the ground.
On the floor, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you know, hotto rises. I've got a concrete floor, so that can get very cold. So I'd have thought some of the top shelves. I think they'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay, so what size pot would be needed if planting all 5 of the agapanthus together? I reckon I reckon you could put all 5 initially into something like. Would you go as big as a 30 litre? It's quite big, isn't it?
I don't think I would. I'd go small.
Like a 30 centimetre?
I would.
To start with.
Because they're only bare roots, it'll take a while for them to establish, so I would.
But eventually, as they do establish, you would need to split them and divide them.
But honestly, it's, you know, agapanthus crammed together in a small space do actually really thrive.
Nicely.
So yeah, I'd say 30 centimetres.
Yeah.
That'd be enough to start with.
Yeah.
I really would.
All right, there you go, Vicky. That's what we're here for, to answer any questions. And Marissa has also sent one more picture, which is holly tree in pride of place, just waiting for the Christmas roses to arrive. I'm assuming you're going to underplant this with those hellebores. With the hellebores. Which is going to look stunning.
I love the choice of pot. That's one of ours.
I love the choice of pot as well.
That is going to look so beautiful with the Christmas roses underneath it.
And as that matures and establishes, honestly, the top of that gets so much bigger and better as well.
Who sent that? Who was it?
Marissa.
Honestly, that's made me feel quite emotional because I love. Yeah, I love when people make an effort and do lovely Christmas outdoor displays, and holly with hellebores is just a winner.
Yeah,
really
lovely.
Is.
All right, so that's it for the emails. If you do want to send anything, there is an email address. It's ygtv@yougarden.com. We're going to be live until 12 o'clock, so there's plenty of time to get your emails in. We do have a bit of news to share, though, don't we?
Yes,
we
do. Because normally in peak season, we always do a live show on Thursday, 10 till 12. And on Sunday from 9:30 to 12. In the quieter season, we're just heading into that now. We don't do as many shows, but we're going to still do a show on Thursday, but it's going to be in the afternoon.
Yeah, we're moving back to
our slot, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're moving back to our original time slot. So from next Thursday, if you want to watch us on YGTV, you need to be tuning in on Thursday afternoon, and it's going to be from 2 until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We will be repeating that show on a Sunday. So unfortunately, over just the quiet months, we aren't going to be live on a Sunday anymore, and I'm really sorry about that, but you can still catch us live, and of course you can watch the shows back at any time.
But we've got loads planned for next year.
Yes, we have. Don't go anywhere.
Yes. But yeah, do make sure you join us on Thursday, 2 o'clock till 4. And as you know, you can always stream the shows later on YouTube and on our website as well. Right, we're going to move on to one of the most stunning winter flowering plants, known as Sarcococca, which is only $21.24 for club members. This is the size you'll get, this huge plant in a 4.6 litre pot, and they will arrive absolutely covered in buds ready to burst into flower. And we know when these flower like that, the fragrance is incredible.
Yeah, and I was just showing you there how many buds there are on there. Now their buds are forming and they open up into these beautiful flowers that you can see here. They're small, but there's lots of them. They go all the way along the stems of the plant. Now these are fantastic. A winter gem it's called, and it truly is, because it's completely winter hardy and it flowers for you in winter. Those buds could be opening any time from December onwards. I will admit the one in my garden doesn't tend to open its flowers until January time, but the fragrance that you get from them is mind-blowing. It's super sweet, it's absolutely delicious, and this is a wonderful winter gem. There are so few, and we bring you a lot of them, but, you know, obviously in summertime you've got your choice of flowers and fragrant flowers, but winter time you've got to be a bit more selective, and this is how you get colour, fragrance in your garden in winter. But there's so much more about this plant.
I mean, what is amazing, it actually will do really well in shade.
Yeah,
I've got mine
sun as well.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
I've got mine in pretty much full shade, and it does fantastic. They are very slow growing, so I will say, if you're not a patient gardener, you need to buy this size. A friend of mine gave me some little tiny baby plants about 4 years ago, and do you know, they're still only about that now.
Big,
yeah, so they are very slow growing, but they are evergreen, sun or shade. They're pretty adaptable with all soil types as well. They look great in a pot, but for winter fragrance, they are just incredible.
And for clay soil gardeners, this is a clay soil tolerant plant. So I used to have it in a pot on the patio, bright sunny spot, did brilliantly there. And then I was like, hang on a minute, this could do well in shade, which is a tricky part of the garden to fill. So I decided to move it from the pot into the ground in the shady spot in my clay soil. And it's doing fabulously. This for me ticks so many of your boxes when it comes to gardening.
Yeah, totally agree.
Shady, evergreen, flowering, fragrant, winter flowers, you know, it's just a total winner.
And great for those winter pollinators as well.
Yeah, it's got the RHS badge, says perfect for pollinators.
Yeah. And it's very important to look after those winter pollinators as well. A beautiful plant, really well established, and an incredible price at just $21.24 for club members. If you're not a club member, you can become a club member today. It's £10 for the year, and that will get you the 15% saving. We'll tell you more about that. So for those of you that are new to YGTV, we'll tell you more about our special club in a few moments' time. But one of the most beautiful winter flowering plants also has got to be this, which is the Viburnum Eve Price. I remember last year we had this in the potting shed. It was in flower for quite a few months. Do you remember?
It was.
And the fragrance, again, was absolutely adorable.
Well, it's starting now because the clusters of flowers are starting to open up. Yeah, honestly, the fragrance that comes off this is delightful. And it's going to flower. It's starting, I mean, the buds have been forming over the last month or so, and they're starting to open up now. This is going to keep flowering for you. Last year it kept flowering right the way through to April, didn't it? End of April. Yeah. So, and the maroon coloured buds that you get, and then the mixture with the white flowers that open, and then they have this lovely pink tone to them as well. So you've got an evergreen tree that's winter hardy, that will flower in winter, that's got the award of garden merit plus the badge of perfect for pollinators. This for me sits in the same category as the sarcococca. It's just a winter wonder, this one, and it's been carefully and skillfully grown into the standard shape. Now I saw some Viburnum Eve Price when I was it was actually when I went up to the Peak District in October, just outside the pub that we stopped at after our long walk. And they were huge. They were the shrubs. They were massive. I'm going to say they were 2.5 metres height. They'd spread by this much. And Viburnums can traditionally get really large.
Yeah. I've got one in my garden at the back, and it's kind of... I mean, it's so far in the back of the garden, I don't really do anything with it, but it's everywhere.
It's massive,
yeah. It's lovely.
I can't, again, it's another one I cannot fit into my garden because it's going to take up I want to grow as many different things as possible. So I don't want these huge, great shrubs. I have got this one though. I've got it planted in a container. It's on the patio, and the buds are just starting to open up.
I just need to show you that. Look, I mean,
look at the flowers.
That is absolutely beautiful.
And all you need to do with it is after that first flower cluster that's opened, once it's faded, trim it back, because what you'll see, I mean, this stem here is a perfect example. So you've got a main flowering bit up at the top, but can you see that there's other flower buds waiting to take over lower down? As you go into the plant, you'll see there's little buds here waiting to come up. So get rid of those other ones that fade, more will then take its place.
Or if you did want to leave them on, you get the berries.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
Choice is yours.
Yeah.
But it's evergreen as well, so they are just so beautiful. I remember, I can't remember what it was called. There's a hall in Harrogate that we stayed at. It's a part of the Warners group, and they had 3 of these in the garden, and again, really well established, and they were just amazing, you know. But you're already getting a stunning plant for $25.49 for club members, and you know, say all of those flowers to come out. It's going to be amazing.
It will be.
We love this. And it, you know, it starts flowering out all the way through the winter months as well. So January, February, you can still get those beautiful flowers. And the recommended retail price on this is £40, We're doing it on YouGarden TV for $29.99, but for all of you club members, you get an extra 15% off. So you get it for $25.49. Now, our club is one of the best clubs that you could ever join. The value, the same as you'll make. In fact, if you are a club member, just in the chat, let us know what you think of our discount club.
Yes, please.
Okay, just let us know in the chat. But if you are new and you're thinking, oh, what's this club all about? Here's Bex and I to tell you a bit more.
If you love your garden as much as we love ours, then why not join the YouGarden Discount Club?
The club has been running for many years, and it's where thousands of our customers enjoy a whole host of benefits to ensure that they get the most out of their gardens for less.
Now is a great time to join the YouGarden Discount Club, as the benefits have just got even better. So what do you get when you join the club?
Firstly, our members will get bigger discount rates all year round. So you'll now receive 15% off our range of plants and accessories, and that's on top of any other discounts you might have.
For those bigger investments, such as garden furniture or lawnmowers, for example, you now get 7.5% discount on all of our outdoor living and machinery range.
In addition to the ongoing discounts, you'll also get more voucher value when you join or renew your club membership. We will send you 4 £5 product vouchers, which you can redeem throughout the year against the cost of your orders.
And as a new added benefit, you will now receive 2 free P&P vouchers, which can be redeemed against the cost of your shipping.
Club members get priority access to exclusive offers and brand new products at our best prices.
We'll keep you up to date with fantastic advice and top tips from our grown experts and professional gardeners to make sure that you get the most from your new purchases and existing plants. The best way to join the club is with our auto-renewal subscription. You'll pay £10 per year, then at the end of the year, we will automatically renew your membership to ensure you retain all of your benefits. Plus, the price you pay when you join will never go up for as long as you remain a member. And that's a guarantee.
And remember, when you join the club, you will start saving from the very first order you make, as the discounts will be applied immediately. So with all that the YouGarden Discount Club has to offer, why not join us and start saving today?
We'd love to help you make the most of your garden for less with the YouGarden Discount Club.
Oh, there's such a great discount club, it really is. We're so proud of it. Now, if you are buying anything today, don't forget your compost. This is our best-selling, highest-rated product here at YouGarden. And it is the compost that we grow all of our plants in. We grow tens of thousands of plants every single year. It arrives like this in 2 white plain bags. It's a commercial product, so you're not going to get lots of marking spill on there. But what's inside is outstanding. And I have to say, I mean, this year we've probably sold more compost than ever, because I think so many people have tried some of the peat-frees and been very disappointed.
Yeah.
And not had great results.
Yeah, it's such a shame, isn't it? Because we do want to be, I'd love to be peat-free if I could, but they're just no good. They don't do the job that they need to do. So we always say, look, we've reduced the amount of peat in here. We did it many, many years ago. We just use minimal amounts in here, but that still gives us those benefits that we want from getting the best out of our plants. But it's not just about the peat, is it? It's all, it's all the balance of all the other ingredients that are included in here that really do turn it into a premium and professional compost. It's the compost we use here at the nursery. If we pot anything, if we grow it on here, this is the compost we use. And I think that tells, you know, that tells you a massive story. Our job is to grow and sell plants. We have to grow the best quality.
Yeah, we really do. And you know, we spent years developing and refining this. You've got 50% composted wood fibre. That gives it that lovely, look at that texture. It's so open and airy. That means all of those roots, no matter what you're planting, seeds, bedding plants, perennials, trees, they can access everything they need so easily and readily. The fact that you've got fertiliser in here as well, this is going to feed your plants for up to 6 months. We often forget to feed our plants, don't we?
I'm very bad at it. I am. I'm rubbish at it. I'll admit it.
I always have to. I put it quite low down my list because, you know, normally, particularly this last summer, it was like watering first of all. That was like the key thing out there. Then you do all your deadheading, and then if you've got time, you feed. But you've got that. It's almost like an insurance that this will feed your plants for up to 6 months as well. I found this year particularly the wetting agent here made a real big difference.
Yeah, helping the water to soak up, you know, go into the compost rather than, you know, soaking over the edge of it. And then you've got the wood fibre and the peat, and that's really going to hold on to the moisture in there. The fact fact that this is pH balanced as well is really important, because you go and you look for, go to the garden centre, go to one of the big DIY sheds, and you see the rows and rows and rows and rows of different composts, and this has got added this, and that's got added that, and that's got something else, and it is confusing. Even as somebody who gardens a lot and understands it, I went with Stu because we were doing an experiment on something, and I was like, look, I'm confused. Look at all these rows of bags, and they're pretty colours, and added this, that, and the other. You don't need all of those. There's 2 composts you need. This one, or an acid compost, the ericaceous one. And
you know, there are composts you can buy that are coir based, and they arrive in blocks, and you mix them up with water.
I did it.
It's hard work. I don't want to have to make my own compost up. I want to open up a bag and have it ready to use straight away.
Well, I did it, and I planted a couple of things in it, and they didn't perform as well as they should. But then when I watered them, all the water ran off the top of the pot, but it brought the compost with it.
Yes,
that
absolutely.
doesn't happen with this.
The trial I did with the peat-free compost and tomatoes, the tomatoes were an absolute disaster, because I think a lot of coir-based compost dry out so easily. So ours is down to $16.97. You've got postage included in that. The 240 bags is the best value that we do. We are getting really busy for it, actually. And even things like your houseplants.
Yeah.
You know, I've got about 110 houseplants currently. Too many. It is too many. It actually is too many. But whenever I repot them, I always use this compost. I use it for all of my seed planting. We sell lots of plug plants, particularly in spring and autumn time for the summer and winter bedding. Again, we grow them in this compost. So it's the best product that we sell. We would love you to try it. I think in terms of the club, we talked about the club membership. If you join the club, you save £3 every time you buy this.
Yeah,
you know,
and that really does pay for your club membership very, very quickly.
Within 3 purchases, basically.
It's just, so if you like rescuing plants as well, I know some people like going to what we call the death shelf.
I love a plant rescue.
Yeah, I love a plant rescue. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The best thing to do, first job, put it in some good compost. You'll be amazed that will actually make the biggest difference to those plants. If you've got a sick or ailing plant in your garden, repot it into this compost. It has been developed to give you the best results. This isn't just any old compost that's been thrown together. Over the years, you know, our head gardener experts have really perfected the balance of the nutrients involved in here to give the plants the best start and continued life.
And the fact that you get it delivered free as well, you know, much as I love checking out a garden centre, I do, you know, for research and just seeing how we compare. But I hate buying compost at garden centres. Yeah. It's not an easy thing, is it? Because, you know, quite often you've got to load the trolley up. You've got to then, lug the compost off the trolley into the car, do it all again when you arrive home. So we deliver it absolutely free of charge straight to your home, which makes it so much easier, doesn't it? So if you'd like it, it's 100,064 at just $16.97 with, of course, free delivery as well. But good morning. Welcome to YouGarden TV.
Good morning, Alice, who's joined in now as well.
Hello, Alice.
Good morning to Rachel, who's joined in. And yes, it was Jasmine. We knew it was Jasmine. We knew that. But thank you for confirming.
We both had a blank, didn't we?
Just have a moment sometimes.
You didn't hear me talk, but underneath the clip of film about the Club Centre Bex, I said, I can't believe we both had a blank.
Of course it was Jasmine.
Yeah. So obvious afterwards. It was like star-shaped yellow flowers, wasn't it?
Winter clematis. No, winter jasmine. What are you talking about?
When you said winter clematis, I was like, no, because I've got mine's in flower right now, lovely white. Yeah.
I meant winter jasmine. We've had listen, I'm going to blame it on Christmas party.
Yeah, I think I think our heads are still fuzzy from that. I really do. Right, this is unmistakably, undeniably Lily of the Valley. It really is.
It definitely is.
It is,
Lily of the
absolutely.
Valley. 100%.
And if you haven't got Lily of the Valley growing in your garden, it is a brilliant plant for shade. It loves full shade. It's remarkable in full shade.
It is.
And as you probably know, the scent on Lily of the Valley when it flowers in April time is absolutely gorgeous. And it produces these lovely little stems. It only goes about 20-25 centimetres so, with all of these bell-shaped flowers, and every one of those has the most incredible fragrance. Now, you are buying them as pips, and pips really, they're just like a bare root. So if I show you those, that's what you're getting. Give them a good soak. Plant them. I'd plant them just so the little bud there is just at kind of surface level, maybe just a couple of centimetres underneath, and just keep them well watered until they establish. But they will naturalise, they will spread, and you end up with a wonderful, wonderful sea of white flowers as these naturalise. They are absolutely beautiful.
I love them.
Aren't they gorgeous?
It's the fragrance for me. I'm a big fan of fragrance in the garden. You know, since planting a few really fragrant plants, I just want to fill my garden with the most fragrant flowers I can possibly find. A posy of them, I think that's so cute in that little jug. Like, you just need a small posy of these bringing in the house, and my word, that will fill your garden. Fill your home.
Really well.
Absolutely sweet, delicious lily of the valley fragrance.
They're such a delicate flower, aren't they?
Yeah, and a wonderful sort of hardy perennial.
Yeah, of course.
That
Fully winter hardy.
spreads as well. You know, it can naturalise and multiply in your garden very easily.
Yeah, and to buy them as what we call pips is just a really affordable way. I'm not being funny, but we do sell lily of the valley in 9 centimetre pots, but you pay so much more. Yeah. You really do. So that is a great way of getting 10 of those for just £11.04. So something that I've recently bought, I know our Neil's bought these as well.
Yeah, our Eramurus.
It's not easy to say.
Foxtail lily, let's go with that.
That's what I know it as.
It's the foxtail lily, or known as desert candle in actual fact.
And I remember seeing these, we always do a trip every year with the garden club that I run, and we went to a beautiful stately home this summer, and I saw lots of these. And when you see these in flower, they're actually quite dramatic because they will grow up to about 2 metres.
They will.
So great for the back of a border, giving you that height, but look at that colour as well. They're quite fascinating,
a lovely kind of burnt orange colour that you get from them. And you can see when you see the close-up of those flowers how attractive these are going to be for pollinators, can't you?
The pollinators love them. They really do. Now, they are the ugliest bare roots, I'm going to warn you. So when they arrive, they look like 3 giant spiders or aliens. So you're not going to open the bag and go, oh, Sean, they're beautiful. You're not. You're going to look at those and go, ooh. But they produce the most spectacular flowers. And again, give it a bit of a soak before you plant it.
Yeah, actually, that's important. Do give your bare roots a drink before you plant them. So I'd soak that certainly for a couple of hours. You could even get away with doing that overnight quite happily. And then you can plant. They're not too fussy on soil type, but make sure it's good free draining soil. You've got to think that these, I can't remember exactly where they come from, but it's very sort of hot, dry, ground where they would naturally grow. So you do need free draining soil for these. They are herbaceous, so they will disappear over the winter. Don't plant anything on top of them, but they are hardy plants, so you don't have to panic about giving them any or too much protection. I'd pick somewhere a little bit sheltered just because of the height that they're going to reach.
Absolutely.
That would be the most important thing.
A nice sunny sheltered corner. That's where I'm going to put them.
And they're going to look great with. I mean, there's several things. I love your idea of putting them with the Verbena bonariensis, but I mean, I think maybe salvia, amistad.
Oh yeah.
That would look good near it as well. Alliums. I'm going purples, obviously, but yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree. But because of the height, you can underplant them. So many different options, but they are dramatic. They are a real show-stopping plant, and you get all 3 bare roots for just £12.99 or £11.04 for club members. Right, we have got, and these have been really popular actually, we have got some brand new peonies for you that are a lot more compact. They only go to about 50 centimetres height-wise. Again, they're going to be grade A bare roots, and it's a great time to plant them. And this is what they look like. Basically, just going to show you. So they're going to be covered in buds. And what we always say with peonies, do not plant them too deeply. So you can see there's lots of buds. Those buds want to be a maximum of 5 centimetres beneath the ground. No more than that.
Yeah, so what I do is I kind of look at the peony bare root, and what I'm looking at is the direction that those buds are naturally going in. So I would be planting this bare root that way up. So you've got the bud points here, and those only want to be about 1 to 2 inches below the soil surface. So actually that bit there, that's almost going to sit flush with the top of the soil surface.
And that's probably where it flowered last year, by the looks of things.
Yeah, quite possibly. That's where the new growth is going to come from. Please don't mulch them either. They don't need it. They're totally winter hardy. And if you were to put mulch over where you've planted it, that would add more depth.
Yeah, it's going to be too deep.
be too deep in the ground. Too deep, you get foliage and no flowers.
I always have a little expression, plant them too deep and the flowers will sleep. And it's so true. A lot of people, when they move peonies, they don't get flowers for years, and it's not just because you've moved the peony and they don't really like being moved. Quite often people just plant them too deeply when they move them.
Most of the time it's just about the depth. Adam always says he's moved peonies umpteen times throughout his gardening career, and he says he's never had a problem, and it's because he always plants them at the right depth. They will flower for you.
But the value is incredible because they are grade A bare roots, covered in buds. You will, you may well get some flowers next year, but a peony, it's a journey. I said earlier, they can live for 100 years. And as they get more mature, you get more and more flowers. Really busy for those. And so they are, the main difference is they're smaller than traditional peonies in terms of height. Some peonies I've got in my garden, they get to about 1 metre or so, and they end up a bit of a mess, if I'm honest. They end up with like too bigger flower heads, they end up drooping and need staking. But these are smaller, compact, great for small gardens. The next one we're going to take you to Dublin next.
I love this one. I really like the white flower and the yellow centre. And I think the contrast, particularly if you're going for a couple or all three of these varieties that we've got for you, are going to look cool together. They are compact peonies. Each one of these three we're showing you. So this makes them perfect for smaller gardens and container growing. Smaller, we all have smaller gardens these days. Modern properties, they tend to have smaller garden spaces. So to be able to still grow the variety in your garden, you have to look at what you're planting and going for those more miniature varieties. This is why I was super excited to get these in stock here at YouGarden. That just looks so beautiful, doesn't it? And don't forget the fragrance that you get from peonies. They do have a wonderful fragrance and are excellent cut flowers. Now, the flowering season for peonies is short. I'm not going to, dance around the subject, but that's what makes them so very special.
Yeah, and there are some plants you have in your garden that can look okay, average all year round. Peonies, although they only flower for a few weeks or so, when they flower, they are spectacular.
Magical,
they really
absolutely.
Are. And I love the fact, quite often with peonies, I'll say, well, they're better off in the ground rather than pots. Because of the size of these, they will be very happy in your pots and containers. And the final one we've got, and in fact, what I would do, because you've got free postage on all of these, I'd go for the whole collection. I really would. They'd look amazing. Imagine these three grouped together in pots. They'd look really good. And the last one we've got there is Rome, which is a slightly lighter pink. Similar to your top, Bex.
It is, yeah, absolutely. I do, but I mean, a pink peony, they are pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are.
Yeah, so remember about 50-ish, 50 to 60 centimetres height, maybe 40 centimetres spread. That is the only, that's the maximum that these are sort of going to grow to. So as we've got it there in a container, you can do that. But don't forget, you can put them in the front of a border as well.
Now, can I just say thank you to everyone that's placing an order today. I think when it comes to gardening, I like to think of gardening 365 days of the year. Whenever I can get out in the garden, even in November, December, I will still get out there, still do my little bits of bits and pieces whenever I can. But the winter time can be a great time to plant, so that's why we've got lots of bare roots today. It's still a great time to plant your bulbs.
Yes.
And I'm definitely going to say that because I haven't planted mine yet.
Yeah, me too.
But it is. Please don't think it's too late to plant bulbs. It really isn't. And we have got some bulbs for you right now. All 60 of these. These are pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, beautiful. The Chionodoxa. Also, they have a name of Glory of the Snow.
Oh, yes.
And it's because they can be quite early flowering. So part of your spring flowering bulbs, but they could be flowering any time from sort of March onwards, whilst there is still frost and even snow around in certain areas as well. These are the wonderful low-growing flowers. They only get to about 10 or 15 centimetres in height. You actually get lots of them in here as well. This is a bag of 60 bulbs.
And because they are, small, you do need to plant them en masse. I would definitely plant these in groups of 10s probably. But when they flower in spring, the displays that they produce are beautiful. I love this colour palette, don't you?
Yeah.
I really like that.
Absolutely gorgeous. And those all mixed up together. They like a sort of sunny spot, but can cope in a part shade spot as well. So I think that these work, and I saw them once planted around the base of a tree, and it worked really nicely around the base of that tree. It's the perfect kind of place for it.
I once grew these in little pots for the pub tables, like the outdoor area in our pub. We've got lots of tables, and I grew them in little pots, and they look really sweet, actually, really pretty.
Yeah.
So you're going to get all 60. It's still a great time to plant them right now, and you're going to get this for £8.49. And they do naturalise, of course, as well. Now, we have got some more bulbs available for you, so I'll just give you a little look. Crocus, again. I love crocus bulbs, and they flower normally about February, just after your snowdrops, and you're going to get 30 bulbs for £8.49. And it's not too late to plant them. Bulbs, by the way, if you've never planted them before, one of the easiest things to grow, generally is point your side up, and whatever size the bulb is, I mean, crocus bulbs tend to be, a centimetre, centimetre and a half. You plant them about 2 to 3 times their depth in terms of size of the bulb. 600 082. We've also got the beautiful Narcissus mixed miniatures. Now, these are only small. They're only going to grow to about 20 centimetres or so in terms of height, maybe 25, but you've got some really lovely, unusual varieties. A lot of these will be multi-flowered, lots of different colours and shades of yellow, I should say, and a beautiful selection for just £8.49. They're great for hanging baskets and pots and containers because they do not get too tall. It's the miniature varieties that I think are adorable. And then we've also got anemones for you. Anemones are quite unusual, I think, because they can flower for a long period and produce more than one flower. So you can buy them as bulbs. You get 75 for just £8.49. And they can start flowering as early as March, but flower all the way into the summer. And as they get more established, as I said, they do repeat flowers. We've got lovely foliage with anemones that's a little bit like a poppy, but gorgeous colours. I love, just look at some of those varieties there. They're spectacular. You get all 75 for £8.49, 603,199. Now, one of my favourite winter flowering plants has got to be the hellebores, and we have got, I think, some of the most beautiful hellebores ever now, which is the double queen mix. Arriving as plug plants, so you've got to do a little bit of growing on with these. But I always think the colour palette is very shabby chic on this, don't you?
Yeah, it's a wonderful mix,
isn't
it?
It's gorgeous.
That sort of deep wine colour, the speckling that you get on the petals, the fact that they double as well. They're very petalicious hellebores, but you will get a mixture included in here. And I do also enjoy the fact that hellebores, I love the way Adam describes this. He always says they're quite promiscuous.
Yeah, promiscuous? Promiscuous?
They like to mix with each other.
Yeah, they do.
So over the years, actually, you get loads of different varieties because they will sort of mix with each other and create brand new colours.
You get, I often find when I've got a whole area of hellebores underneath my eucalyptus, and often when I'm doing a bit of weeding, I realise that I've actually got baby plants there. They self-seed, so they are, They do. They are. I like that word, promiscuous. Yes.
They stay relatively compact, but they will multiply. So yes, each plant will reach about 30 by 30 centimetres, but over the years what you'll find is that wonderful shady area that you're going to fill these with, because they love a slightly more shady spot, dappled shade, part shade, that kind of thing. It will actually fill that area. And I do love this. When I was house hunting earlier on in the year, there was this one house we went to look at. They had the most beautiful garden. I almost bought the house based on the garden.
Right, I totally get that.
But it was February, March time when we were looking, and they had this wonderful, there was this tree up there, and then below it, just a sea of hellebores, and it looks so incredible.
And they are evergreen, hellebores, you've got that foliage all year round. They do flower all the way through winter. The only thing I will say with hellebores is they don't like to dry out, and I know that because I've got mine under my eucalyptus, so just particularly in the summertime, just make sure that they don't dry out. But this collection is stunning, and as I said, shade loving, so very happy under trees, around your shrubs and your plants in your garden, and they flower for, say, 7 months in the winter, but also the flowers do last such a long time.
They do, actually. The flowers don't fade quick, do they?
No, and when they do fade, they're still beautiful.
Yeah, and listen, there's such low maintenance. I mean, other than, planting and occasional watering, the only thing that you probably need to do is, just before they're about to flower, maybe remove just a little bit of the faded foliage from it, just to give room for those flowers to come through. But that's That's it, as far as maintenance is concerned. They're a plant it, leave it, love it kind of plant.
And now they're going to arrive as a nice, big, strong plug plant. Just give them a quick drink before you actually plant them. And you can obviously have them in pots, containers, or in the ground. I think they're big enough to go straight in the ground.
Yeah, I think we could be saying happily garden ready, that you could plant these out. Of course, they're hardy, so I reckon you can get them in the ground now. Look at the strength of the roots you've got on there as well. They are super strong.
They can definitely go straight in the ground, can't they?
Now, they come in those miniature greenhouses as well, and boxed, so that keeps them nice and sturdy in the post to you. Once you get them, you can get planting.
Good morning to everyone, by the way.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us. My name's Sean Ryan. This is Bex Edwards. You're watching YGTV. Don't forget, because we are obviously heading towards Christmas, the quieter season when it comes to gardening. There's still things to do, as I mentioned.
There is.
But the shows for the next month or so will be on a Thursday afternoon, 2 till 4.
Yes, that's when you can watch us live. That's when we'll be here. We'll be interacting with you. You will still be able to watch on a Sunday. It will be a repeat of the Thursday show. I'm sorry, we just have to do that during the quiet season. I might try and tune in on a Sunday morning and still talk to you all. But yeah, Tuesday afternoon, 2 till 4. We're moving back to our original time slot.
Yes. That means we have a lie-in.
I know.
Yeah. But please join us say on Thursdays from next week, 2 till 4. Now, this is the most ridiculous deal. It's called the Ultimate Winter Hardy Shrub Collection. You get 12 bare roots. The club price is $19.54. And we've just opened them because they arrive all tied together.
Yeah.
But when you start to separate these and look at what you get, look at this corners here. Look at this. Look at the size of the roots.
Massive.
Now, I'm not being funny. We could plant that up right now in a 2 or a 3 litre pot, because that's what cornus looks like right now in the winter. And we could easily charge you probably £12 in a pot.
Oh, easily.
Easy for one.
Easy.
I think 2 of these potted up is worth that $19.54.
Yeah.
But you're getting 12.
I've got a, what have I got here? I've got a forsythia. Oh my word, I can see. Right, it's a bare root plant, no pot, no compost. I can see the green buds starting to form on this. So this plant is absolutely raring to grow. And forsythia, when you get those wonderful bright yellow flowers, is amazing, isn't it?
Beautiful. No, we've got Hypericum there, we've got Berberis.
Berberis, yeah, absolutely. Let's see if we can name these. This will be fun, won't it? Don't know.
That's Deutzia.
Is that the Deutzia?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the one I've got here.
Yeah. Regina.
Weigela, yeah, absolutely. Yep. So you're getting so many different varieties in here.
That's a Philadelphus.
Every single one of these is completely winter hardy and ready to grow. These are going to be flowering so much for you, and you're going to get a mixture of flowers happening on here through various different months. I mean, the dogwood, we know, that's the snowbell that we've got there. They're all going to flower at slightly different times. Each plant is going to reach slightly different heights. The lilac is going to be flowering for you, you know, March, April time. That's the potentilla, I think, that we've got there as well. So some will be spring, some will be summer, some will be going into winter. They're all going to give you different sizes. They're all going to want slightly different areas of the garden. The majority of these could happily be container grown. You know, even the big ones could be kept in containers. But obviously, if you've got an empty garden or gaps in your borders to fill, this is the collection to go for.
Giving you gorgeous scents, gorgeous foliage, gorgeous flowers for pretty much all of the year. Look at the Philadelphia there, the mock orange, the fragrance, that is incredible. So what I would say is it works out less than £2 a plant. If you've got a new garden, you've got space, maybe you're somebody that for many years you did a lot of annuals, a lot of summer bedding, but quite often as you get a bit older, you don't want to be constantly having to buy plants every year and to do all of that work. I mean, my mum very much for many years, her garden was all about annuals and summer bedding and winter bedding and bulbs. But as she's got older, she just wants plants that can stay there and mature and look good all year round. And this collection is going to give you months and months of colour, foliage, flowers, and it's working out less than £2 each.
I mean, that's crazy.
Amazing.
Less than £2 a plant, and you can see how healthy these are.
And don't be scared. Again, you know, unwrap them, give them a really good drink of water. I'm going to say at least a couple of hours, but overnight, and then plant them. And all of them, there is. They should come with a little QR code on there, so if you ever wanted to know more about them, where to plant them, I mean, they're all clearly labelled, so you'll be able to go on our website and find them. But every one of these is a winner. It really is. So I've got Philadelphus.
I've got the potentilla. I got the lilac here.
This also, is it Hypericum? Yes, it
One in there
is.
as well. I've got the berberis there. This one is the forsythia. I got the deutzia over here as well. So everything is labelled and really easy for you to plant.
So value-wise, it does not get better than that. And honestly, we could take one of those now, put it in a 2 to 3 litre pot, and sell it for, you know, even at our prices, that would be £12.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Yes, absolutely outstanding value. Don't forget to get all of these discounts and prices. You need to use the code YGTV 4825. So that is a special off code for this week that will unlock all of the discounts as well. And to get the yellow prize, then what you need to do is join our discount club. Now you can join today, you can join as you place your first order, get loads of benefits. You get vouchers, you get postage vouchers, you get discount vouchers, and you will also get 15% discount every single time you shop with us on YGTV. That is such good value, isn't it? It really is. Amazing value. Right, are you all right, Bex?
I'm all right.
Right, this, oh my word, this collection.
You get that one.
Yeah, I'll get this one. 3 bare root cherry trees. And this is all about cherry blossom. These are not going to produce cherries. It's all about cherry blossom. 3 of them for $38.22. And actually 2 of these you can grow in a fairly small space.
Yeah, do you know what? The thing with this is you've got a really awesome collection here. Let's start with the one I've got. So Kanzan, this is the one that could get bigger.
Yeah.
So Kanzan is the classic cherry blossom tree, the one that you see a lot of. Absolutely stunning, beautiful double fragrant flowers you get on there. But the 2 that we've got here for you, so I've got the Amanagawa. This one's the one that grows with the fantastic fastigiate branches. That means they grow in a wonderful sort of upright direction. This is for narrower spaces in the garden. It'll still get really tall, several metres over the years, but it grows in that upright direction.
So that one, I've often seen that growing in a corner of a garden.
Yes.
Because, as Bex said, it's tall and thin. So it's not going to take up too much space width-wise, because sometimes, you know, when cherry trees get too big, they're going to create shade and things like that. That one doesn't. And then, I think my favourite is this one here.
Yeah, mine too, the one I've got.
Yeah.
Love it.
Oh, my word. So this is your weeping cherry. And this one only goes to about 2.5 metres, and it'll take 5 to 10 years to get there. But it produces, again, gorgeous blossom that is fragrant, that the pollinators love. But this one is the weeping one.
So pretty, isn't it?
Is yours in a pot, Bex?
It's going to be. I've been slow on getting it potted.
Look at, and it double flowers, we should say as well.
Double flowers, weeping branches, and I've seen these potted, and that's how I'm going to grow mine. I mean, as Sean said, it can get big, you know, 2-3 metres high and spread quite happily, maybe even a bit wider than that over the years. But it'll take 10 to 20 years to get to full maximum size. But actually, I don't want it to get that big. I don't have space in my garden for that. So, like my Prunus triloba that I've got, that I absolutely adore, I'm going to container grow the weeping cherry blossom as well, and that means I will be able to keep it smaller. It doesn't have to get to those big sizes, and I've seen them growing in pots and containers and living in them happily. All you've got to do is keep on top of your watering when you grow in containers, and I can do that much.
And I think we often forget with cherry trees, you get all the blossom, and they often blossom on bare wood, so you get all of the stunning display. Then you get all the foliage, and then in autumn they absolutely steal the show again. You get these lovely oranges and reds with the foliage. Fully winter hard. Again, they love a sunny spot. You know, cherry blossom trees love a sunny spot. But I would say sunny and sheltered, because you don't, if it's in too much of a windy position, particularly when they flower in springtime, you can lose a blossom very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. I've had loads of comments because we've done a few bits of videos and things on this, and people have commented going, oh, cleaning up the blossom's a nightmare. I'm like, what are you talking about? The blossom is absolutely beautiful when it drops.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it's so pretty. And also, you know what? Garden vacs are an amazing invention.
Yeah, but I know I love the look of it.
I do as well.
It's really pretty.
I mean, they have that massive festival in Japan, don't they, for cherry blossom season?
Go,
That's the bucket list, isn't it? I would love that.
So 50124 for all 3 of those. But if you are going to be planting those, then we are going to totally recommend that you use our premium professional compost. Even if you plant it in the ground, whenever I'm planting in my beds of borders, I always mix some of our compost in there. And here's our head gardener, the wonderful Peter, to tell you all about it.
We describe this as premium professional compost. And the reason for that is it is the compost that is known, this formula we have perfected over decades. So I've been using it for decades. We have perfected it over decades. You've got a blend of the best peats plus wood fibre that you can imagine. Now, by volume, approximately 50% of this compost is wood fibre, and the balance is made up of a blend of peats, and there are 3 different peats. So you've got things like sphagnum moss peat, which is renewable. You've got sedge peat, and then you've got darker sphagnum as well in there. So you've got 3 different peats. You've also got, you can see actually just there, there's slow-release fertiliser. These little green, what look like little eggs, you'll see those dotted among the compost when you're planting it. That's slow-release fertiliser. One of the most expensive ingredients in any compost is fertiliser. You can see that there's another one just down below. That is amazing because that will deploy nutrients to the roots of whatever you grow in this compost just when they need it over the next 6 months. You then got what's called a buffer. Now, peat in particular is naturally acidic. And plants like to be just on the acidic side of neutral as a generality. There are exceptions, so things like rhododendrons and azaleas, they love to be properly acidic in terms of the ericaceous soil or compost they're growing in. But most things like it just on the slightly acidic edge of neutral. So that's what this is designed to give you. So it's got a pH buffer to keep it in exactly that zone. The wood fibre keeps the sort of perfect air-water porosity ratio, which is what we talk about in the trade, all these complicated terms. But it's what plants need is they need a jungle gym to grow in. So they need a jungle gym for their roots, which is called growing medium. They need some water, and they need some air, and they need nutrients. And when you've got the perfect compost, it blends the air and the water and the constituents of the compost. It all blends together to give the perfect environment. That's what this particular compost does, which is why it's trusted by us. We will be growing approximately 150,000 potted roses on this nursery this year. That's roughly what we grow most years. We'll be growing, I don't know how many hanging baskets, but our pre-planted hanging baskets that will be available later, you will have bought them in the autumn and last spring as well. They grow in this compost. We will grow countless perennials, whether they be in the 9 centimetre square pots or the 3 litre pots or the 5 litre pots, plus fruit trees. And this is the compost we use for all of those things. So we trust it, the trade trusts it, and actually based upon well, literally hundreds and hundreds of thousands of bags of this particular compost that you've bought over the years, you definitely trust it as well. And, you know, and actually, peat is a thing. We need to think about peat. Not me. I happen to also be peat, but it's the peat that's in here that we're talking about. We can still use peat in our gardens right now, and actually the alternatives, generally speaking, are a bit iffy. So if you want to get the best results, in my view, use this particular compost for as long as you can. It's got 50% other material in it, which is the lowest level we could get to and still have a professional quality product for you and for ourselves. So we've been as eco-friendly as we can, and we jumped onto that particular that approach years and years and years ago. So this is the same formulation that we've had for at least the last 6 or 7 years, with 50% other material to bulk out the peat, and it still works better. So I would say this is, in my opinion, it's the only compost I use at home. It's the compost we use on the nursery. I can't recommend it highly enough.
Yeah. It is such a good compost. It is life-changing when it comes to your gardening, and the 2x40 litres works out the best value in terms of pounds per litre. And it's 100,064. Thank you to everyone. We are actually really busy today, and that makes us so happy. Because gardening, you know, it's something that we both really feel passionate about, and we do see it as a all-year-round hobby. Yes, you do a little bit less in the winter, but there's still things to do. And we've got a living Christmas tree for you right now, the Nordman, we've misspelled it, but it's the Nordman fir. It's pot grown. It's not Norman, it's Nordman. Pot grown for $29.74. Now, a lot of you have said what amazing value this is, because delivery is normally $6.99. If you use the offer code YGTV 4825, you'll get it delivered free. And do you know what I want to do, Bex? Is there Norway spruce outside?
Yes, I think it's just round the corner.
Right. I'm just going to get a little piece of it, just to show the difference.
I will tell you the difference. I'll tell you the difference between this one and that one then. This one, the Nordmann fir, is the most popular one that people buy and have in the UK. And it's basically, I think, well, two things. First of all, it looks fuller, it looks lusher, but also you have way less needle drop that happens with the Nordmann fir versus the Norway spruce. Now, look, we still sell the Norway spruce, and if that's your favourite tree, great, go for it. But I do think this is the benefit. Look at the difference in the size of the stem.
Honestly, I think I'm right in saying that the Nordmann fir is now the UK's most popular Christmas tree. Yeah,
you're right.
But if you actually, that's the Norway spruce, and it looks really spindly, doesn't it?
It does in comparison.
Can you see?
And it's the look of the overall tree as well, you know, a comparison on one stem. But when you look at the whole thing, it's so much lusher.
I just think it's lush, it's full. I think it's got more of a glossiness to it as well.
Yeah.
And there's a lovely kind of green-blue sort of like haze that you see. But the benefits, and some of you will know that I've got a couple of living Christmas trees I've got in 30-litre pots, and I bring them out every year. They live behind the greenhouse for the rest of the year. Then at Christmas, I bring them out. So I tell you what, it's in the heavy-duty pot film. You'll see me. So I've got two of these in heavy-duty. There you go, there. So mine live in, and I have, you know, I'll be honest, I have got the the Norway spruce, but yeah, mine live in those pots. And then at Christmas time, I put Hessian sacks around them and a bow and some lights. Is that a moonie that you saw?
Yeah.
Is that my bottom showing?
Tiny bit. It was the perfect pause point.
I actually look like, I think I look vaguely athletic there, Bex.
You do, you look good.
Vaguely. You know that bench in the corner?
Yeah, I love that bench.
That I got from Ideal World, which is a shopping channel I worked for, and that was one of the first things I bought. And there were bespoke pieces of furniture.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
It was called, what was the company called? I can't remember what they're called, but yeah, it's actually made from roots of trees.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's really beautiful.
But that's where Christmas trees live. But this is, it's been grown in a pot. So that means it's not just been plucked out of the ground in the last few weeks and shoved in a pot. It's been grown in there. And that just means it's got a far better chance of survival. You'd be very unlikely to kill this over Christmas.
Absolutely.
You know?
I mean, just if you are bringing them indoors, just keep them regularly watered, obviously. You know that, don't you, already? You can decorate it to your heart's content. Of course, it could be your outdoor Christmas tree. So many people do outdoor Christmas trees now. It's not just about bringing them indoors, is it? Yeah. You can have them outside the front door. Get yourself some of those battery-powered lights that can be outside. Stick some baubles on it. And what a wonderful entrance to anybody that's coming round over the festive period. And it could be the last Christmas tree you ever have to buy. It's a wonderful size and a wonderful shape right now. But of course, over the years, it will get a little bit bigger.
Yeah. I mean, they don't grow that quickly.
No, not at all.
But you know, you're spending $29.74 today. I mean, that price is amazing.
It's amazing. If you go and buy your own pot-grown, please remember that, not just potted, but your own pot-grown Christmas tree, you can spend at least that on a tree of this. At least that.
And our delivery would normally be $6.99, but if you're a club member, you get for $29.74 and use the offer code, you get free postage. And
if you always buy, you know, the cut Christmas trees, I want you, please, to change over to your own potted or pot-grown Christmas tree. You don't have to spend that money every single year, and you've got a tree that will continue living. You buy a cut one, it's going to die. Yeah. It's going to die. There's no way. You know, that's it.
And do you know what surprises me is cut Christmas trees are available right now. I'm thinking, what are they really going to look like by the time Christmas Day comes?
By December,
you know, it's still 26 days until Christmas Day. So if you know, all those trees have already been cut, are they really going to look that great when it comes to Christmas Day?
Well, we are in the last day of November. It is the 1st of December tomorrow. We can definitely get Christmassy. I know a lot of people have put the Christmas trees up already. A lot of us wait until December, don't we? I have to wait until December. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, so we have to wait until after his birthday before we do anything Christmas. So this coming week is the perfect time to start Christmasing up your home.
And let us know in the chat what you think of the value of that. Bear in mind, it is delivered free as well. And it's a big size. That's the size you're going to get. It's between 1 metre and 1.20 metres. We've seen them on the nursery. They're beautiful shaped trees. They really are.
Yeah, they are.
I think the
they
value
come netted,
is incredible.
Though.
Yes, they do.
They're not going to come like this. They will come in a net. All you've got to do is release it and you're good.
Yeah, which is what we did with this one. 170036, and that is the live Nordman fir tree. It's pot grown, not potted, so it's not just recently been dug up. It will arrive, say, beautifully growing in its own pot. I put my Christmas decks up yesterday, as it happened, a bit early, I know.
Did you?
Yeah,
no, that's fine.
Only because I'm busy next week.
This weekend's good.
Yeah, I just love Christmas. I haven't done all my hellebores yet. I'm doing my displays.
Well, I'm not working Tuesday or Wednesday, so I've got plans for Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm going to make some videos, going to do some gardening stuff, but Christmas decks are coming out.
We've got some friends coming to stay next weekend, and one of them's like he's got a really good job.
Really good job.
He's really clever. Yeah.
So you wanted to make it look beautiful?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What impress.
Yeah.
He knows lots of famous people because he works in live events. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's somebody we should know.
Well, yes. Yes. David, if you're watching...
Do you want to introduce me?
He's on a ridiculous salary, I have to say. But he's really bright, isn't he?
Oh, he sounds annoying.
No, he's really nice.
Oh, all right, fair enough.
Yeah. Right, anyway, we digress. We're talking plants.
Moving on.
Torbay Dazzler.
Look at that.
It does like gardening, actually. It does like gardening.
Look at it.
So this is one of the most popular items today. I'm not surprised. Look at the size of this cordyline. £12.99, £11.04 for discount club members. Really big and beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely. I don't know what's happened to them this year, but we have got such a beautiful stock of cordylines, particularly the Torbay Dazzlers. They have got so big, so luscious, and I think these are fantastic in the garden if you want to create contrast. Think about this. I haven't got one in here. All right, let's grab the sarcococca. But it's the positioning of, these kind of architectural plants next to the softer, kind of rounder foliage plants in the garden. They provide height and they provide that contrast. Yeah. And I think this is, a lot of us start gardening just because we like a few plants. Once we've been doing it for a little while, then we start looking at the garden and go, okay, how can I make it more designer? What can I place here to provide? I always talk about the full stop. So if you're doing a sweep around the garden and looking, what is it that makes you stop and look there? And a lot of the time it's down to colour contrast but foliage contrast, and that's what you get with this.
And I think the way a cordyline grows, I mean, so perfectly. You look at that. The architecture, they are just gorgeous. And cordylines look great all year round. You know, they are evergreen. We class them as winter hardy. We always say, if it's a really cold winter, just tie it up for a few nights, put a fleece over it. We've got little videos on our website showing you how to do that. But generally speaking, they do always make it through the UK winters, but they look good all year round. And I always think of cordyline, if you're growing it in a pot, it actually doesn't need anything else.
No.
I think they look great just in a pot with a bit of gravel around it. They can look absolutely fantastic. And I think cordylines are they're one of those plants that can really lend themselves to modern gardens, but traditional gardens and everything in between.
They are beautiful, aren't they?
Yeah, and this particular one, the Torbay Dazzler, is a combination of greens and creams, but you've got that stunning pink as well. Now, they love a sunny position, well-drained soil. As they age, the low leaves will go yellow, then brown, then come off. That is completely normal. If any of the low leaves of my cordylines are looking a bit tatty, a bit old, I just get my secateurs and take them off. But eventually this will form a lovely big stem. And they create almost like, the common name for these is cabbage palm, because they do create like a lovely, lovely tall stem and then all the foliage at the top.
And a lot of them can flower, can't they, once they get
established? Yeah, they can.
Really fragrant flowers as well you can get from them.
But I love cordylines, I've got loads of them.
Someone else who loves cordylines, and we've got this one available, we've got the Charlie Boy. But am I allowed to do it now, Matt? While I'm doing it.
Go on.
Andrew! Andrew's joined us in the chat with his beautiful garden. And those are the Charlie Boys that he's got either side of his little pathway there. Look how cool that looks. This is exactly what I'm talking about, though. This tells you the story of the architecture and the contrast.
So Andrew is one of our most established gardeners, and he has the most incredible displays.
He does indeed. He's got the Viburnum Tinus Eve price there in pots either side of, I'm assuming it's the back door. Underplanted as well. Got some things growing in the bottom of those pots too.
Those Viburnum Eve price are beautiful, aren't they?
Moving on here. Are these the standard roses? Yeah, they are. These are the standard roses.
Hang on. Are these pictures taken like today?
I think they are recent photos. Yes, I do. I'll check the comments in a second. No, there's more. He's got his Sunbeckia. It's the Sunbeckia, isn't it?
Yeah, it's unbelievable, isn't it? Yeah.
Looking beautiful. Oh, that is the end. It was just one more photo.
Yeah.
But yes, his garden is looking fantastic. Andrew. He didn't actually. He just said, "Oh, looking good this morning." So those are recent pictures.
So Andrew's one of those. Andrew actually came to our village.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah, I had a nice chat, didn't we, Andrew? Lovely to meet you. He's fairly local.
Yeah, he's not far away.
He's about half an hour away from where I live. But yeah, I met him. But I always think Andrew manages to make his garden look good pretty much every day of the year.
I know, he does really well.
He's like a really good gardener. So,
absolutely.
So thank you for that. Thank you for those, Andrew. So this is the other cordyline. It's the cordyline australis, Charlie Boy, 680256. And Andrew, I know you've just joined us, but just to let you know, the time is moving just for the winter months of YouGarden, YGTV. It's going to be on a Thursday, 2 till 4. So that's only for the winter months, 2 till 4 on a Thursday.
And you'll still be able to watch on Sundays. Unfortunately, it won't be live, but we will be repeating that show. I'll try and jump into the chat and talk to you all and answer any questions when I can on Sunday mornings as well. But yeah, we're just doing it over the winter.
Yes.
Should we bring you back to the peonies then?
Yes.
I'm excited about these beautiful peonies.
So we've got 3 brand new peonies, and the main difference with these is the size. They only grow to about 50 centimetres, maybe 60 maximum in terms of size. So they're a lot more compact. They are great for pots and containers. If you're somebody that loves peonies, you think, I don't have room, you do with these. There's 3 to choose from. The first one is called Rome, and it's this one here. Now, they arrive as a bare root, a grade 1 bare root.
Oh yeah,
that's what a peony bare root looks like. And when I say grade 1, they will have at least 2 to 3 buds.
3,
I think that's got about 5.
5. That one. 5 pink buds I can see around the edge of this bare root. Now, when I get a bare root peony, I always have a little look at them. I look at which way the buds are pointing. So those are pointing in that direction, whereas one of the others, you could plant it that way if you want to, but you might want to go that way. I'm only going to go an inch or 2 below the soil surface where the buds are, so that bit would probably be just poking out the top of the soil surface, because I don't want those to go too deep.
And that is just so important. Wherever the buds are, just make sure they're only a few centimetres beneath the ground.
Actually, there's 6 buds on this one.
I mean that, and it could well flower in 2026, but we also with bare root peonies, it takes a few years for them to really get going.
Yeah.
But once they do, they can flower for decades. Some peonies will live for 100 years.
Because those are such good quality bare roots with multiple bud points.
I think you get some
and we're never going to promise it, but I think you might.
I do.
Well, I've got mine on the way, so I've got 2 varieties. I wish I'd got all 3 now. I might just get the other one.
I planted some bare root peonies this year from YouGarden. It wasn't this variety, but most of them did flower in the first year.
Well, I've got them on the way. I'll be planting them as soon as they arrive, and I'm going to chart the progress of them. Fingers crossed. Mine are going to go into pots and containers. I haven't sorted out my borders yet, so I'm going to fix those and get them sorted. But I'm going to put them into pots and see how they grow. We know, because these are compact peonies, only reaching about 50 centimetres by about 30 or 40 centimetres. They are ideal for container gardeners.
And I think that means they're also more likely to be self-supportive, because some peonies, when they get big, the weight of the flowers, you'll know, they all end up drooping down, and you end up having to stake them, and they look at some of my peonies this year did look a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But these are a bit more compact, a bit neater on the eye. This one in the middle is known as Dublin, and you get that lovely white with the yellow. And I'd go for all 3 of these.
Yeah, I think they're going to work so nicely together. I mean, if you're only going to go for 2, make Dublin one of them and then pick Rome or London. But Dublin's just that little bit different, isn't it? Look at the white petals and that wonderful yellow centre. Remember the fragrance that you get from peonies as well, because they are wonderfully fragrant flowers. great for cutting. Now, the flowering season on peonies is highly anticipated, but short. But it is highly anticipated, isn't it? And I think actually that is what makes them so special. Yes, we've got loads of plants for you, and we recommend them all the time. Ones that will flower for ages: Erigeron, Geranium Roseanne, Bowles Mauve, your Viburnum Tynoceve Price. We've got a whole plethora of plants that will flower consistently for months on end. It's nice to have some of those that are, you know, shorter lived when it comes to the amount of flowers, but a very long-lived perennial plant. Decades you can have out of your peonies.
I think it's, you know, I've learnt with my garden, it's just getting the right balance, the right mixture.
Absolutely.
But peonies, I think every garden should have peonies. You do need a sunny spot, they love full sun, but that's been designed for smaller gardens, smaller spaces and pots and containers. Then the final one we've got is London, which is just a little bit deeper in terms of pink compared to the Rome there. So it's a bit more cerise, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
It's lovely.
I think I went for London and Dublin, but I might just get Rome now as well. Why not? Because they're going to stay compact. You can fit 3 of them in your garden.
I was on a cruise earlier on in the year, and it stopped at Turkey. And there was a whole market that just sold peonies, and it was the most beautiful flower market.
Yeah,
but and the fragrance, you know. So they are the most remarkable flower. And thank you so much to everyone that's bought those today, because you're getting them at an amazing price. But you'll have these in your garden for decades. Right, something that I've recently bought, and Neil, I know you've got this as well. I know this as the foxtail lily. And I'm going to say that because I think this is quite a difficult one to pronounce sometimes.
Yeah, we're just going to go with foxtail.
Yeah, it's one of those that trips your tongue up.
Eremerus.
It's not easy to say.
It sounds like you're drunk, doesn't it?
I'm an Eremerus, please. Eremerus. But a lot of people know it as the foxtail lily. And this is, again, it's a bare root. You get 3 of them, saving £1 stay, £11, 4p for club members. But it is about the height and the drama of these, because they will flower to a height of about 2 metres.
That's insane,
when established.
isn't it?
It is.
That's the height of a doorway.
Yeah.
Just look at your doorway. If you're sitting inside right now, look at the doorway. That's how tall those flowers can get. They're right up here. And you get multiple flower spikes, plus you're getting 3 bare roots. So imagine multiple flower spikes times 3 in your garden and reaching those incredible heights, plus all of the pollinators that it's going to bring into the garden as well.
I just can't wait to see them. And I have seen these in gardens, you know, in my lifetime, and they are standout flowers. They really are. And they flower sort of late summer, don't they? July onwards.
Yeah, from then, basically.
Yeah.
The thing to remember with them, as far as your maintenance is concerned, there's not a huge amount you need to do. They are herbaceous perennials, they're winter hardy, but they do have quite a shallow root system, and they don't like a huge amount of disturbance. So put them in the garden where they're going to stay, and try not to dig around, because they do have that shallow root system.
So I'm going to put mine right at the back of the garden and leave them there.
Just leave them.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
Nice sunny spot. So I'm really excited. They are the ugliest things. Not the flowers. The flowers are beautiful, but the bare roots look like that. They look like aliens. But give them a good soak for, you know, a couple of hours or so. Maybe, I think you get away with just an hour or so with that. And then plant them as soon as you possibly can.
Definitely.
And all of our berries, they always come with full instructions, and obviously you can always check out details on our website as well. I think our website's very clear. You know, it gives you all the information that you need if you ever buy something at Ride, you think, I can't remember what Sean and Bex said to do that. Go on our website and you'll always find all the correct information.
And a lot of you messages as well. And I'm always happy to help out. If you send me a message on any of the social platforms, I'll always try and get back to you.
Same here.
Yeah.
Same here. We're doing good at messaging back.
We are. Sometimes it takes me a day or so, but I do get back.
And then our final item on our favourites table is the stunning Lily of the Valley. One of the most beautiful, fragrant flowers you can grow in your garden. That's why it's often used as a cut flower as well. And it is shade loving. You know, there's not too many plants that are incredibly fragrant that love shade, and Lily of the Valley loves shade. I remember my gran having Lily of the Valley, and it was literally covered a massive part of their garden.
Yeah, and it can do over time, absolutely. And you know, I love bringing you plants that will work in shady spots, and I particularly love bringing you flowering plants that will work in shady spots. There's loads of foliage plants. You know, we always talk about fatsia and we talk about ferns and things, but having some that flower really do make a big difference. And these wonderful white bell-shaped flowers, they are magical, aren't they? They're really very pretty. You get these arching sort of stems with those lovely little nodding flowers on there. And the fragrance is mind-blowing, absolutely gorgeous.
And you'll know, once Lily of the Valley gets established, yes, it does naturalise, it does spread, and in April time, it creates the most beautiful, beautiful display. I love Lily of the Valley, love the scent. And it's 580050, 10 pips, which are like little bare roots, and they are just £11.04. And again, that is a really affordable way of getting Lily of the Valley in your garden. You know, we do sell them as plants in pots, but if you buy them as the pips, you just get so much more for just a few pounds there. 580050. So can we just say, good morning to everyone. Thank you for joining YGTV. It's lovely to be with you. I'm Sean Ryan. This is Bex Edwards. Matt's been doing all the technical things. We're live today till 12. Next week, the time does change. We're going to be live on a Thursday, 2 till 4. That's just for the winter months.
Yeah. Going back to our original time slot on a Thursday.
Yes, which we started 2.5 years ago, wasn't it?
I know.
Where does time go?
Flies.
Now, the best-selling product at YouGarden, and it has been for many, many years, is our premium professional compost. We're known for this compost. Once you use it, once you try it, you will never want to use any other compost. And we are perfectly upfront and honest. It does contain peat, but we only put the minimum amount in to give the maximum results. What was interesting, about 2.5 years ago, Bex came to the garden club that I run, and you did a talk.
I did.
With Jenny, who also works for YouGarden. And I remember you mentioned our compost, and when you said it had peat in it, there was a bit of a...
Yeah, there was a ripple that went around the room, wasn't there?
Almost like a slight boo.
Yeah.
And what was interesting, compost was mentioned at my garden club about a month ago. It was a different speaker, and he said, how's everyone finding peat-free compost? Has anyone found a good one? Put your hand up. And do you know what? Nobody put their hand up.
Yeah.
And actually, so many people now at the garden club I run are using this compost, and they tried the peat-free, and basically they just didn't get the results they wanted. And you know, yes, we'd like to all be peat-free, but think about it. Most peat-free composts are made of coir, and coir is a byproduct of coconut that doesn't grow in the UK. So coir is, you know, shipped across. I think a lot comes from India, doesn't it? A lot of coir comes from India. Mass planting isn't great either, and quite often, you know, when it comes to coconut farming, it's all planted en masse, which again is not great environmentally. So this pros and cons, swings and roundabouts, but what we do know is that our compost that does contain some peat in reduced amounts is absolutely amazing. And it
constantly
really
5-star rated. People come back and buy it time and time again. They won't use anything else, and I've learnt my lesson. I've used other composts as well.
Yeah, same here.
You know, I might have run out of this and I've planted stuff in other composts, and the results have been way worse. You know, I know I get the best results from this, and I know every time I open a bag it smells amazing. You never get that kind of really dank, kind of mouldy, horrible smell from it. And my plants love it. My house plants love it. My garden plants love it. I will not use another compost now.
And my success rate in terms of seeds and cuttings and little plug plants that I grow on, perennials in the garden, my success rate, I very rarely lose a plant.
It's so sad, isn't it, when you plant something up, either a seed or a bulb or a cutting or whatever, and it fails.
Oh, yeah.
Because the time and the energy that you put into it's heartbreaking.
It really is. But if you use our compost, we know it makes you a better gardener instantly, and it's suitable for everything from seeds through to trees. The only exception are the acid-loving plants, and we do have an ericaceous compost for this, but there's not many. In fact, the only one that we've got on the show today was the camellia.
Yeah,
that was it.
You're right.
Yeah, that was it. So if you want to buy, I know it's been yet again, it's our best-selling product today. You can get 80 litres for just $16.97, and that's 100,064. Right, we're going to just get your pens and papers ready. We're going to just remind you of some of the absolute favourites that we've had on our live show today. And I tell you, one of the best favourites, that Winter Hardy Shrub collection. You've got 12 bare roots here. Things like the Philadelphus that we're looking at right now, mock orange. We have got stunning varieties of plants. The tamarix, we've got the cornus that we're looking at right now, often known as dogwood. That was great in the winter time. This is beautiful. This is, I call this the snowberry, and it's absolutely beautiful in the winter time. You've got, you just saw there, a lilac. Again, we've got all of the different varieties of shrubs that will give you colour for all year round. Hypericum that we're looking at right now, berberis. So absolutely amazing value from here. That's one of the Deutzia that we've got there. Again, absolutely gorgeous. We've got the Weigela. There's loads in there, absolute loads. They're all labelled, by the way, so if I missed a few of those out or you didn't quite catch them, they're all clearly labelled with all of the information on our website as well. Then we've got our rose standards. Now, these are, I think, one of the best value rose collections that we do, because they're working out for club members about £5.25 each. They arrive as bare roots. Now, these were the ones that Bex grew in the first year, and mine did exactly the same. They start to green up in March, you start to get the buds in May, and you get all the flowers from June onwards, and you get hundreds of them. And the roses, they're slightly smaller than other roses, but you get hundreds. So they're just amazing, they really are. And you get all four colours, you get yellow, pink, white, and you get the red as well. And yes, they can be grown very successfully in pots. I'm going to say about a 30 centimetre pot, bigger if you've got it, but 30 centimetres upwards. Now, the peonies have been really popular today. And these are a brand new variety of peony that are a lot more compact. So they only grow to about 55 centimetres or so. They come as bare roots, grade A bare roots, ready to plant. You'll notice when you get them, there's lots of buds on them. Make sure the buds are only planted a few centimetres beneath the ground. Now, also in this collection, I would go for all three if you can. We've got Peony London, that's a little bit deeper in terms of colour. So it's a lovely kind of cerise. And then finally, we have got the white one with the gorgeous yellow centre, which is the Peony Dublin, 580,086, and that one is just £9.99 or £8.49 for club members. Right, Eremerus Cleopatra, not an easy word to say, so you might want to call this one the foxtail lily. But it's spectacular. Now, it flowers late summer, so like July onwards, right the way through, sometimes even into October, November, actually. It's all about height, this one. So it will get to about 2 metres in terms of height. It's amazing. So back of the border, we were saying once you plant these, they don't like to be disturbed, so plant them, leave them, and they will grow very, very nicely. Just don't over-fuss them. Pollinators love them. The colour is amazing. I'm going to plant mine with some Verbena bonariensis, so I'm going to have purple and orange together, and I think they're going to look absolutely spectacular. 580,079. And I know Neil, one of our regulars, has gone for these, so we can compare next year, Neil, and see how we're doing with those. Then we've got the Lily of the Valley. Now, Lily of the Valley is known for its fragrance. The most stunning, sweet, powerful fragrance. Lovely little bell-shaped flowers on the long arching stems. These die down in the winter, by the way, so they do go dormant in the winter. They come back in, start to green up in early spring, and normally flower round about April time. And they do produce the most stunning, pretty flowers that you can, of course, bring indoors as well as a cut flower. So you get 10 pips. They're like mini bare roots, basically. £11 and 4 pence, 580,050. And then just staying with fragrance, this is Sarcococca, often known as winter gem. Some people call it Christmas box, sweet box, because it does flower round about Christmas time. So again, if you're trying to think of some lovely outdoor displays, have this one in a pot front of the house and it will be absolutely glorious. Now it is evergreen, it will do very well even in full shade, but it's fine with sun as well. It's fine in most soil types, even clay soils, as long as there's decent drainage. Slow growing, which is why I always recommend buying a big one if you are an impatient gardener, because if you buy, we do a smaller one in a 2 litre pot, but it would take years to get to the size of the 4.6. And then the biggest flying hydrangea that we've got here at YouGarden is this one, and it is incredible, and that's the name of it. The flowers will grow to about 30 centimetres in terms of diameter. I mean, they are massive, and they start off a lovely kind of gentle pale green, and then as they age, they turn to pure white. And I mean, that image there, yep, that's the size they get. I've seen these, my friends have got a wonderful one of these in their garden, and I saw it in flower this summer, and I thought, I've got to have one of those. So if you like the biggest hydrangea we do in terms of flowers, then this is the one to go for. It gets to about 1.20 metre in terms of height, about 1 metre width-wise, so it is a big one, this one. Fully winter hardy, and I would think does best in a moist environment, a really good moist soil in part shade. That's where I think this would be its happiest. 510009. And then, yes, the camellia. This is the Yuletide. This is a camellia that looks really festive because it's red and green, but it flowers at Christmas time. So it's a lot earlier flowering than other camellias. Normally wait until spring, not this one. Flowers in the winter, flowers in December. Evergreen, the only thing it needs, don't forget, it needs to have acid soil. So if you are going to plant it in a pot, then please buy some ericaceous compost. It really does need that one. 510818. And then, oh yes, a lot of you have ordered these. These are a Helleborus Christmas rose. Amazing, this one. Now, you get 3 in 12 centimetre pots. They're really big. They'll be covered in flowers and covered in buds as well. Now, I actually use these indoors at Christmas. So they will be very happy as long as you keep them well watered inside for a few weeks over Christmas. You know, make some lovely displays and, you know, have them as centerpieces on tables with candles and things like that. But then obviously they do want to live outside and they love the shade. So think about a nice shady position. They flower for months. So this one starts an early flower, so it starts in November, but it can flower all the way through to April. Actually, in the cold spring, it can flower even longer. They are evergreen. They do self-seed quite easily and regularly, and the flowers last for weeks and weeks. And as the flowers age, they go from white to green to lovely pink colours as well. 516054 for the Helleborus Christmas Rose. And then oh my word, the Christmas tree is such good value today. It's the living Nordman fir. Now it's pot grown, so it's not just been plucked out of the ground in recent weeks and shoved in a pot. It's spent the majority of its life growing in a pot. So that means it's got pretty much 100% chance of survival, as long as you keep it well watered. So have it inside over Christmas, keep your eye on the watering, then once Christmas has passed, put it outside, just look after it, and then you can do the whole thing again next year. They are slow growing Christmas trees. It only grows about, I would say about 20 centimetres a year. But think about this, we're delivering it for $29.74, and it's a living tree that's 100 to 120 centimetres. And the Nordman fir is the really lush Christmas tree. The pine needles are a lot bigger, a lot denser. The trees are fuller. I think well, for me, it's the best Christmas tree. And it is the best. The other one is a Norway spruce, and I think it looks a bit spindly compared to this. 117036. And then don't forget, loads of you buying our compost today. Best-selling product, highest reviews on this one, thousands of 5-star reviews, and it's 100064 for our premium professional compost. Now, something that we've mentioned a few times today are our heavy-duty pots. And you saw me, I was using one there. I always decant my compost in it. Here's Bex. She's back. We just want to talk about these before we finish. Do you know what? If that had fallen over,
we don't care.
It doesn't matter because they're really, really strong and soft. Better get those down. But they are. They are really strong and tough. They are pretty much impossible to break. We'll give you the details of these if we can. But yes, they are super, super tough.
Those will break before these will.
Yeah, they will. I'll probably break my wrist before these break. So you get 3 of them at $15.97. Again, postage included. $13.57 for club members. So first of all, drainage. Look, amazing drainage.
Yeah, so you've got drainage at the bottom, but more importantly, you've actually got drainage going all the way around the sides. And this is so important for plants, particularly as we get into the... I mean, you know, think about the weather we've had recently, the amount of rain, and if your pots aren't draining properly, then your plants are going to be sitting wet for lengthy periods of time, and they hate that.
Yeah, most plants.
Yeah,
absolutely detest being waterlogged. And I think the trouble is with climate change, when it rains, on my word, it rains. You know, we had floods in our area just the other week.
Yeah.
So drainage is superb. As we said, they're so well made. I mean, they're called heavy duty pots because they are really heavy duty. I've never managed to get a handle break on these. I've never had one of these crack. Come on, tug a pot. I'll go this side.
You go that side.
Ready? Look, and there you go.
They're strong.
They are strong. They honestly,
well, I've done this with other plastic pots, you know, that haven't got the moulded handles, and you go to lift it. Think about the weight of it with a Christmas tree and all the compost in, and you go to pick it up, and the handle just rips.
Oh, I know.
You don't get that with this.
They are brilliant. I use them for carrying all my tools around when I'm gardening. Look, I have loads in my greenhouse there, lots of tomatoes growing in them. Plants that I don't know what to do with it. That Euonymus has been there 4 years. I still haven't found a home for it, but it's fine. But all of you grow your own. We've grown fruit trees in here, duo fruit trees. We've grown raspberries, strawberries,
cherry
potatoes.
Stella. I've got my peach tree in here. I've got all of my blueberries in there. I've got
rose
bushes.
Got your blueberries, haven't you? Yeah.
Rose bushes planted in there as well. I've got my Trachycarpus planted in there. I've got my Barnsley baby planted in them. So it's for absolutely everything.
And all I can say is, you will use these more than anything else in your garden. You use them for growing, but you use them for weeding, deadheading. I always put my compost in there. It's a lot quicker to work from the heavy-duty pot than the bag.
Yeah.
And there's where all my hellebores are, by the way.
Yeah, that's under your eucalyptus, isn't it?
Yeah.
Collecting up all the deadheading, the weeds, the leaves, they all just go into there and then into your compost heap or into your bin. Honestly, there are so many jobs. Simon, he's not tuned in today, but he says he uses one as a laundry basket. You can transport things in, your logs for your wood burners. Adam uses them in his professional capacity as a professional gardener to move stones around, to move bark chipping around. They're so useful.
Yeah, they really are. And I mean, when you get them at the club discount price as well, $13.57. Don't forget, if you are not a club member, because you might be new and thinking, oh, there's lots of different prices on the screen. The recommended retail price is there. The price you pay on YouGarden TV is $15.97, but if you join the club today, it's £10 for the year. On auto renewal, you get a 15% discount. That brings the price down to $13.57. Now, Bex is on TikTok this afternoon, aren't you?
I am indeed, from 1 o'clock. Quick lunch, get changed in the shed from 1 until 4 o'clock.
So you were going to get changed on something glamorous.
I'll stay as I am. 1 till 4 we'll be live, and it is the last day for Black Friday deals on there. So for anybody that does watch us on TikTok, you can come and join us live there. For those of you that don't do TikTok, we will be back live again on Thursday, but the time is changing. So going back to our original time slot, we'll be live in the afternoons, not in the morning. So come and join us from Thursday at 2 o'clock.
Yes. But as we said, you can always stream the shows later. If you can't watch it on Thursday, they will be on YouTube and on our website, of course, as well. Right. I'm going to go and do a bit more festive things.
Doing some more Christmassy stuff.
Yeah,
Very nice.
I am. I'm
Enjoy.
going to do a few more Christmas things this afternoon, get ready for Christmas. Can I say it's been wonderful? We have enjoyed your company so much. From myself, Sean Ryan, Bex Edwards, Matt has been doing all the technical things. We will see you, on Thursday, 2 till 4. I think it's you and Adam.
I think so this week.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. But we're going to wave to camera 3 apparently over there.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Enjoy your Sunday.
Bye. See you soon. Bye.